the United States of America. Let's do this fucking telethon!
Emasculation station. Do you like my pocketbook? Now please welcome your hosts for hour one, Liz Winstead and Sarah Silverman.
My name is Sarah Silverman. Your name is Liz Winstead.
It's true. We're here too. We're gonna do some things. We're gonna have some fun.
The feedback, the tin can microphones. It's all. This is the spirit of this telethon, and I hope it never gets better. I love how Liz works for months to do this, and then I step in and shit on it.
Me too, man.
What are you? I me too her every day.
Every day.
This is what's going to happen today. We're gonna have fun.
Yes, fun will happen. Fun.
And then also we're going to learn about the dangerous laws that are being created by douchey people who actually think to get access to reproductive health care.
That's right. And so it's there's such a shit show happening in the world. We all have our issue, and in women's reproductive rights and people who need abortion care or reproductive care are constantly ignored. Meanwhile, hundreds and hundreds of laws are being passed in state legislatures every day, and that's why we started Lady Parts Justice. And it's fucking ridiculous that we have to have a telethon so that people can go to the doctor, but that's where we're at. So.
The title of this life is a living nightmare because I actually think it could get much worse, even worse.
It could get even worse.
So this is what we're going to do to stop it. This
That's
right here.
We have right here. It's going to be over at the end of these 2 hours. Shit's going to be awesome.
Abortions, and we're going to have control or autonomy over our bodies.
It's like when the Beastie Boys did that Tibet concert and then everything got better.
Oh my God.
What we do at LPJ, which, you know, sometimes I think organizations that are activist groups are like, what are you talking about? Why don't I just give to Planned Parenthood? And you should give to Planned Parenthood and independent clinics, but sometimes don't you feel like you're just too busy and you wish somebody would go, can you tell me what to do so I can be helpful?
Yes.
We're those people. That's us. So we give you stuff to do. Yes, much to her chagrin, to me, whenever I ask her. And we, about 5 years ago, was it? Did the other telethon?
Is that how long ago it was?
Yeah. So this whole idea came to me when the assault happened on Texas. Remember when Wendy Davis stood? And then those laws went into effect. And they shut clinics down instantly. And literally tens of thousands of women had their appointments canceled the next day. So Sarah and I...
But they had a good reason. The hallways weren't wide enough.
Right. To remove something this big from from your body. You know, you need a gurney.
Right.
And so that's what they tell you.
Yeah, you need gurney.
So in like a week and a half, we put on a telethon, and Sarah and I did it, and Amy Schumer and Leslie Gore, we got a bunch of people, and we raised money so that people could get emergency abortion care and birth control, and it was really fun.
This is Carnegie Hall. Actually, this is really, everyone's doing amazing. So many people volunteering their time, and hot shit people, and I mean, obviously me, but others too.
So we raised a bunch of money for some clinics, and through the course of Lady Parks Justice, we were bored that night, and I've created great friendships with Amy Hagstrom Miller, who is the woman who brought the Supreme Court case to the Supreme Court. In our country will be here tonight.
He's here. He's just back there taking selfies.
Yeah, he's back there taking selfies.
Heroes take selfies.
And then all these wonderful people. Oh my God. Very much like a telethon where you call 888-681-2054. It's all over the place. Or you can go to ladyparksjustice.com, or you can go to Venmo, or you can go to PayPal, or you can just find me and give me money.
And you can talk to these incredible people on the phone.
That's right.
Eliza Skinner and what? Oh, where's your phone? There's only one phone.
He's got a phone.
Oh, they have smaller phones. Yes. And the telethons, they still use big phones, but nobody has big phones.
We had to go find big phones.
Yeah.
In fact, we went to a thrift store and it's got bad phones. It's a problem.
Yeah, in real life, they're like, go. But they have to Jenny Yang, do you want to talk to Brian Unger, Eliza Skinner, Amy Brennan, Rhea Butcher, Kate Micucci, Rhea?
Oh my God.
You got it. You
I
nailed
thought I would get it.
Yeah. So you can call them, talk to them. We want them also to be provocative. So if you call and pledge $50, we will patch you through. You can't pick who. You just get one of these fantastic people. And then they're going to try to literally con you into getting more money. So if Amy Brennan is a daredevil, challenger. If anybody has a challenge, you want to do a little something, a dance, a song, say something naughty, pay me money. We'll take your money. We'll do it.
Yeah, you can be like, Sarah, if you take this pink card and touch it to your asshole, bare asshole, I will give $100 more on the page. I love it. It doesn't touch my asshole, it just touched like my ass cheeks. I'm just painfully honest. But I mean, it's been in there. It smells like birthday cake, which is what my ass is. Ooh, fun.
It's a little bit, it's a kind of retro gum.
Yeah. It's like Bazooka Joe.
Yeah. That flavor only lasts a couple of minutes.
No, that man.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. We're having here. Also, in the corner, right over here.
Oh my God.
What is happening? We have Mark Hamill, who will be crafting all night long. I know. It's just Mark Hamill making crafts.
I mean, whatever.
And he's going to be doing a couple of them. Now, the cool part about the crafts is...
Did you say craft or craft? I think it's a little of both. I'm doing my best, but...
I think it's going to be awesome.
Oh my God.
I know. So it's going to be a secret. Don't tell what it is.
Oh my gosh.
We'll be checking in with him throughout. It's going to be really fun. So, and then the good news is the auctions are up on Charity Buzz until February 14th. So have fun tonight. You can bid for 2 weeks. It's going to be amazing. And apparently the stormtroopers are upstairs.
We're in a bunker, so people above ground are making a lot of noise. I feel like we need to say the phone number more, or is it like on
Say
the
it.
screen?
No, it's right there. It's on the
I
screen.
worked on this last night. 888-681-2054. 681-2054. 681-2054.
So, we're going to get some of the business out of the way. Just a couple more pieces of business now. We don't have like a big ticker board, you know. We don't have, you know, big Jerry Lewis money. We wish we did.
Talk into this because look, that's
Oh,
the
right.
light on.
Okay. So, prostate, vulva. Let's figure out the vulva.
Periodically. Okay, my function really is as a sex organ, and I also aid in urination. I'm comprised of a labia majora.
Okay, I mean, what are you going to do tonight? Yeah, we know.
Right, okay, here. Here, I'm going to be coming out and updating you on all the donation that you guys have given us, right? That's 888-681-204. Okay, that's not it.
Give it, and then you do the song.
Okay, great. Donate, because we're gonna, these donations are gonna come through a Kent's dispenser. You won't see that. Okay, and then other than that, no feminist shebang is complete without a backlash from Twitter. Would not be a party. I will be coming out and letting you all know about the best feminist burns we've gotten all night.
All right, Vulva, thanks for the update. We'll see you back, guys. Mike Pence, he's always
He loves
offended.
to walk out and be offended.
All right, should we throw some talent up?
I haven't been keeping up. Where are we?
We're here.
We did that.
Look.
Let's start.
Yes!
Comedy for you. You have seen her on Late Night with Seth Meyers.
Yeah.
You've seen her on her own Comedy Central half hour, and now you're going to see her here in the most important place of all. Put your hands together for Naomi Ekperigman.
Mark Hamill crafting sounds like a dream I once had. I'm very into the concept, you guys, I'm so glad you came out. It's so exciting. I feel like we need this shit now. We need it more than ever. It's like so stressful. Like honestly, the fact that you're awake right now, maybe you showered today. Thank you. Okay, because I can barely get out of bed most of the time. It feels like this time right now, it feels like if America was a character in a movie, okay? This time in our history, this would be that part in the movie when America coughs into a rag and then pulls it away and sees blood. You know what I'm saying? That part where you're like, okay, America girl, you got the consumption, okay? You need to get your affairs in order. It is stressful. I just kind of it's like, I find lacrosse sticks triggering. I don't know what to do with the fact that the Klan is out without hoods, chilling, living their best life. As a black woman with a Jewish fiance, I didn't sign up for this, okay? This is not the plan. This is not the life plan, okay? When I got myself a Jew boo, that's a Jewish boo. I said, first up, I was like, okay, Jew boo, if they ever bring back slavery, you gonna buy my freedom. You know what I'm saying? That was the plan. Okay, as a black woman, I had a plan. Okay, because I knew it was going to be dicey. But now, Jubu and I both need a Kickstarter to buy freedom. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to do a telethon to try to get this shit together. And it was not the plan. I find myself so nervous around white dudes. There's a certain type of white dude, though. I find probably one of the gentlest, but I find the most terrifying. Hipster dudes, I'm from New York, and I'm from New York, and certain, the white hipster dude who's, wearing a trucker cap, he got the sleeve tattoos, a big old beard to hide his identity. When I'm walking down the street alone and I see that dude, I had this moment where I'm like, okay, are you a white supremacist? Or do you brine your own pickles? And you don't know till it's too late. You won't know till it's too late. And I find it terrifying. I don't know You know, Jubu and I have been together a long time, and yet people still don't think we're a couple. You know, we go out in these streets, and it's always like, are you two together? Are you together? Is this together? We go to rest. Are you together? We get the separate checks? No! This is not a 20-year-old's birthday dinner, okay? One check, we grown, we a couple. We were at Trader Joe's, and this is like when I lost it, okay? We were at Trader Joe's. We go up to the cashier, 2 lovers, 1 cart. We go up there, and the cashier looks at him, and is like, are you guys together? Oh no, I'm just shadowing him while he shops. Yes, we're together. He sees me naked without me sucking in my stomach. We're together. That's for life. You know? Jeez. I'm so glad I have Juba, because I can't imagine trying to date in these trying times. You know what I'm saying? Because like sometimes I hear men talk, and I just get like, no. They're like, how are you? So I cannot imagine actually dating. I cannot imagine trying to let somebody in right now. I couldn't. I don't have it in me. And especially because like I feel like even before shit went sideways, dating was terrifying. You know what I mean? Like a friend of mine told me about how she had just started seeing a guy. They had not had sex or anything, but he sent her a dick pic. Now, that's not a problem, because to me, I'm like, someone's got to be vulnerable, you know? It's good that he put himself out there in that way. But this is what I took issue with. She was like, she says, it's weird because it looks like he put a filter on the picture. Yo, okay, call me old-fashioned. Back in my day, if a man wanted to send you a picture of his dick, he had the good sense to show you his dick next to a remote control to give you a sense of scale. It was purely architectural. Okay? Now these kids with their filters, their Valencias. Can you imagine opening your phone, getting a picture of a dick and it's sepia toned? Don't try to make me think your dick is a memory. I'll never be tricked. I'll never be fooled. I just moved to LA recently, and one thing I'm adjusting to is a lot of canine-based racism. Okay, follow me. Okay, because people love to rescue dogs in LA, and those dogs will come with their emotional journey. But then they want to pawn off some shit on their dog when it's like, no, you're racist, okay? Because I had a coworker tell me, okay, like, Naomi, like, don't freak out, but my dog gets really aggressive around black women. Was he beaten in a nail salon? No, okay? If your dog has a problem with black women, that means you did not have a black friend, okay? Because dogs are easy. I mean, you teach them not to pee in the house, you can teach them to like black people. It doesn't take much. So like, she tells me this, and she tells me this right before he's coming to the office. So I have like an hour to prep. I'm like, great, it's private school all over again. I'm this dog's gateway Negro. I have got to create a safe space so he likes all black people. So I'm very stressed out. I don't need the pressure. And I decide, okay, fine. I'm going to give him some turkey from the office kitchen, a little food, right? They're dogs, they're dumb. So I get and he comes in, and she was right. He sees me and is immediately like, rawr, rawr. And it's like so funny because he's a rescue. He only has 3 teeth, so it's like not really that aggressive. But I put my hand down, I give him the turkey, and he immediately goes from like growling to like loving me. He eats the turkey, he's like running around my legs. Y'all, I was feeling myself. I was like, okay, I solved America's race problem. Okay, I was like, I felt like I could do anything. I was like, somebody get me Mitch McConnell on the horn, okay? If you let me get at him with some chicken cubes, okay, to his gummy little lips, I think I can get all of our rights back, okay? All of them with some chicken cubes. Thank you guys, that's my time.
Somebody just bring out a mic. Naomi ran off without the mic.
It's right here.
Yay!
Why is no one calling? This is insulting to all women. 888-681-2054. You'll never get sick of it. Call it now. 681-2054.
No, stay back. Stay back in the blue zone. So really, I guess we were supposed to explain some things for the phone because we kind of messed up.
Sorry.
So we have Bev here, who is the executive in charge of phone banking.
I just got a promotion.
So Bev, do you want to explain to people how the phones work since Sarah and I failed at it?
With my 6.5 hours of experience, expert experience with phone back, I will explain to you how it's going to work. We're actually getting quite a few calls back there. Our 3 very dedicated operators are in the back, frantically operating. Here's how it's going to work so that we can actually process all of your enthusiastic phone calls. First, what you're going to do is go to ladypartsjustice.com and make your donation through the website there, or go to PayPal, or go to Venmo. All that information is on the website. Once you have done that, you're going to forward your confirmation email or Telethon at ladypartsjustice.com.
Oh.
Our dedicated operators are going to see that. And then when you call to say, I just donated money, I want to talk to those fabulous celebrities back there, they will patch you through.
That sounds good.
That's how that's going to work.
Yay! Okay.
Okay, so go to ladypartsjustice.com is the thing you need to remember.
Yeah.
Correct.
And
And
then-
it's also really loud in here, and there's nowhere they're going to get your credit card information over the phone if you call us. So.
Okay, so that sounds good, right? Yeah. Okay, I like it. So, I just want to say I walked out here with a bat.
I know.
And there's a reason that I walked out here with a bat. And I think all of you might want to partake in the bat, because what would be a group of feminists in a room together if we didn't want to have Pasha
Smash the patriarchy?
smash the patriarchy? So, we have a patriarchy pinata. Would you like to do the honors first?
So much.
Okay,
You
let me
know
hold
I
your
like
cards.
any kind of sport. By the way, I said, Liz, what's in here? And I assumed it was candy. I love men. Men are my brothers. But
Okay, you only get one. Calm down, Sarah. Calm down, Sarah.
Sorry.
Wow. Okay, that was a lot.
I do love men. Men are my brothers.
No,
But
I
we're
feel like
gonna have
that's
to
really
smash the
good.
patriarchy.
I feel like that's good, and I feel like everybody's going to want to whack at it and wait till you see what's in it. It's really exciting. So,
It feels so good.
we'll be smashing that pinata throughout. Now, we're going to go over to the craft corner, and we're going to do something. So, throughout the course of the night, while Mark is creating crafts, some really, really awesome folks have donated stuff that are also going to be up for auction. The auction is just too much to handle for one person. So we have our auctioneer extraordinaire joining us, Mr. Greg Pro. Hi, Greg.
Hi, Liz. Hi, Sarah. This is one time that live streaming internet cannot capture the excitement, frivolity, dedication, and unity that's happening in one basement in an undisclosed location full of feminist troublemakers here in the cell. To my right, your camera left, you'll notice a famous celebrity, Mark Hamill. You may know him from a series of obscure independent films from the 70s.
Corvette Summer.
Corvette Summer, of course, being the apex of his career.
People know there were 8 sequels to Corvette Summer.
Were there really?
Yeah,
So it's like Evil Cop and whatnot. So Mark, describe to us a little bit about your process here. Mark is doodling because later we're going to be auctioning off all of the artwork Mark does here. And if you go to CharityBuzz.com, you can get in on the excitement. Tell me a little bit about your process. I've been reading a lot about Michelangelo lately and how jealous he was of Leonardo, because Leonardo was flamboyantly, openly gay, and Michelangelo was, of course, a Republican. So the point is this. I can see what you're doodling here, but you, the audience, cannot see it yet. But I can tell you it's quite a surprise.
Listen, I just Googled images on the internet and downloaded it.
Uh-oh, Mark.
Well, I don't blame you. That's one of these old Jedi mind tricks. Right now, by the way, I'm wildly thirsty, and I want to pull my pants up, and I don't know why.
Bid on my item. You will bid on my item.
These are the items you want. Yeah, we've also got an Amy
So
Sedaris.
come on over.
I'm going to wander over to these foxes here, and what we've got is an Amy Sedaris book that she's donated called "I Like You" by Amy Sedaris, Hospitality Under the Influence.
And it's autographed.
It's autographed, so it's been inscribed by Ms. Sedaris herself. So the hand of a genius has touched it. She's also customized a lighter here. If I don't know if you can get a good look at that. They told me if I went that far, I'd feed back, but I didn't fucking care. Because I'm in a feminist sleeper cell, and it's on like Grey Poupon. All right, I'm going to come toward you now. You can see that Amy Sedaris has customized this lighter by putting a picture of herself in the front and the back. You can bid on this highly prized item. On the open market, this would cost over $450,000. But you're able to bid whatever.
Oh my God. Oh my God. We're gonna switch it out. I'm holding 87 mics. So anyway, can I give these mics to somebody?
I can hold one.
Thanks. So these laws are called conscience clause lawses. And 21 states allow this to happen. It's a way to shame people. It's a way, and when you literally go to a CVS, it used to be that the pharmacist could stop you from getting Plan B and they would have to get another pharmacist to give you it because it was against their moral code. And now that Plan B is over the counter, some douchebag in high school who can say, I don't feel I want to sell you this. So you're standing in line trying to buy your Plan B, and he can get another clerk come in and shame you. And these are laws that are happening constantly. And if you've been paying attention to the news, Trump has now literally inserted into Health and Human Services a department that will allow your moral beliefs to just enter into anything in your life. So this is a tiny thing that's going to be spreading way, way far. So just, yes, it's incredibly sad and awful.
Religious freedom used to be such a beautiful thing because it was like this big inclusive thing in the country, and now it's just this shroud to legalize hate and shit like that.
That's exactly right. So, are you ready for round two? Yeah. All right. Jenny Yang, Rhea Butcher.
Come on down.
All right. You guys know how it goes. I have a number behind my back. What is it? It is not. It is T. Jenny, you get to pick. Do you want to give or do you want to receive? Or however that goes.
Receive.
I will guess.
You a guess?
Okay.
Okay, Jenny Yang is going to guess.
This is one of my favorites.
All right.
Okay, forgive me. Maybe I don't have arms.
Rhea. No. Oh no, you're giving. Yeah, that's right.
What a shit show. Okay.
I'm not looking.
Here we go. Okay,
Here
here
we
we
go.
go.
Here we
I'll
go.
show it to everyone. Sorry, both of us don't have hands, so this is hard for me.
This one's bananas.
Okay. Does everyone just get a good look? Keep your eyes closed.
I'm not looking.
Has everyone seen this? Is everyone here? Okay, great. I'm going to show it to the panel. Here we go. It's a little long. I know. This is the one.
All right, that's good. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, you have a 1 minute, and the time starts now.
Me. I'm a woman, out in the greater sense of human. You are not allowed. No, not me. No. I'm not pregnant. I'm not pregnant. Oh, no way, no pregnancy for me. No, abortion. Killing the baby. No killing babies. No abortions. And yet, when the little baby is small and Gollum and stirring up. Wait, so the little baby is making a stew? The little baby. You can't eat your fetus.
I'll give it to you!
You can't eat your fetus? You cannot use aborted fetuses as ingredients in the manufacture of food products?
Yes. So this is fucking batshit.
I needed this explained.
Yes. So a lot of times, no, it's so nuts. So a lot of times they will create laws to make you think that this is some epidemic that needs to be addressed, right? So it's like this guy literally said, I was on the internet And I was doing some research, which is never good when these people do research. And he said that he found a website that said people were using stem cell research to create artificial flavors.
cells.
Yeah. And I'm like, what, Arctic blast is coming from fetuses? Like, I don't even know what you're talking about. So he just proposed this law that's completely insane. And weirdly enough, this guy, who is kind of amazing, well,
It's
wait,
this
I lost my
bananas
facts.
law that
No.
makes you think that eating fetuses is a thing, and it's not. And if anything has ever made me want to eat an aborted fetus, it's this law. Besides that, I don't think that's crossed anybody's mind.
But here's a surprise. Whenever somebody is batshit as fuck, there's just something even more batshit right around the corner. And last March, he was found in a hotel room with a teenage boy. What? Yes. But there's good news, because even Oklahoma was like, that's your fucking asshole. And now this creep got out in the elections, and a mixed race Democrat won that seat. So people, yes, good news. Good news happens. You guys are awesome.
It's okay to be in a hotel room with a
What's the
teenage
phone
boy.
call?
Yeah, as long as he's not.
Rhea was amazing.
Oh my God, phone call.
Oh yeah, Shorty.
Who is this? Hi, Laura. Did you donate to Lady Heart Justice? Yay! Great!
Let's do one. Look.
Hold on. Do we have some exciting news from Laura?
Hey, Laura, did you want to donate any more, or did you want to say a word to the audience here? At the
Tell her about my asshole pitch.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh, great! She just wanted to say hi to me, and she's excited to see me in Kansas.
Oh yay! I love it. Oh wait, Eliza's gonna call. Shh. What's going on, Eliza?
We're just making friends.
Okay.
We're just making friends.
Okay. Wait, while you're talking, we're gonna play some charades. We got one more round. One more round.
Brian and Kate McCucci.
Kate McCucci, Brian Unger.
Wearing my favorite kind of plaid.
All right, you guys know the drill. Hi, Brian Unger. How are
I
you?
get to put my fingers.
Where are your fingers?
They're inside me.
Okay.
Kate, how many fingers do I have? One or two? Oh, shit.
One. All right.
Give or receive?
I want to do the acting.
Yeah.
All right. Brian Unger.
Okay.
Brian Unger. Brian.
Here's
Brian.
the law.
Don't look.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
let's go. All right. For the patriarchy right here.
Okay, Brian, don't look at this.
Yeah.
Brian, stay in the blue line.
Stay within the blue. All
Avert
right.
your eyes. Avert your eyes.
Okay.
Okay. Does everyone see?
Avert your eyes.
Yes, this is, of course.
This is a bummer. Okay, I'm going to show everybody back here. You guys see? Okay, great. You guys know. You're Oh.
I didn't see a thing. Didn't see a thing.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'm ready.
I've never seen it before.
First word or something like that? First, I'm filling out a prescription. I've got an idea, and I'd like to take a note down. Golly, do not hug another woman when I get to work today. Don't tell her she's hot. Don't tell her, hey, are you pregnant or are you just putting on weight? Don't say that. Don't do any of that. Don't, pregnancy, having a baby, giving birth, being very nitpicky about giving birth. Reaching in to perform some sort of fertilization. There's an egg in the tube, in a fallopian tube. Let's start over. Digging in. Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper into this. All right? There's a seed, a sperm. We're splicing and cutting sperm, and now we're praying over a fetus. We're praying. You are not allowed to pray. You are not allowed to. You're not allowed to take a sledgehammer to a fetus.
Time.
That's what it is. Yes.
That's not what it
Show
is.
Brian the answer. Clinics are mandated by law to cremate or bury every aborted fetus.
Mind-blowing, this is the world we're living in.
So Mike Pence signed this into law when he was governor of Indiana. There are states that are challenging it right now. In fact, Amy Hagster Miller, when she comes up, is going to talk about literally the batshittery that happens. And it's just like, this is what's happening every single day. So when we're talking about things that are happening, people just trying to exercise their rights, literally trying to have their own emancipation and full autonomy, these kind of laws get in the way. And also, by the way, every single one of these laws, and we don't fund CHIP with like a rapid thing, it's like incredible.
This is beyond the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. This is like, that would have been front page news if it happened, and people don't even know about it now. Funerals for fucking aborted fetuses, I would like to speak at those funerals.
I know.
He lived the way he died.
It's true. Mark, how do you feel?
He lived. The size of a sesame seed with no discerning brain function.
I have one on. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy. So, oh my God, we got a live one! We got a live one! So what that means is that somebody is going to challenge our celebrity to pay more money. We're going to see what that live one actually is.
Oh, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to eat an edible.
Sarah, you go take a little break.
This is the time when I decided to eat pot chocolate. And then
Sarah will be back.
Bye.
Sarah's up, everybody. She's coming back.
This is like, get out.
All right.
Did I do it?
So, we're bringing chairs out. This is exciting. All right, we have an interview. No, I'm right here, right? Oh, it's new? New? Is that my last card? Oh, this is Jen, everybody. She has blue cards, and lots of them. Oh, my God. Amy, how's it going? What's going on up here?
It's really good fighting the good
Hi,
fight.
Rachel. How are you?
I'm going to eat pot I brought. Oh, looks like
Oh, no, I'm not Rhea, but I can turn you over. She's like, I saw you when you and Cam came on tour, but you guys are great. We love the Rhea and Cam. Let's just talk for a second. Now we're going to get to the end. I don't think she wanted to talk to me. What's good?
Great. Total of all of these? Oh, great.
Okay. You can't keep this Minnesota about the home. I'm from there. It's like, oh, great. Anyway, I got to tell you, I was driving down the street, and I can't remember what day it was. Was it Thursday? Was it Saturday? Anyway, oh, my God. Love you, Rachel. I'm appreciative, but oh, my God, they're long in the tooth with Clippers. Oh, they go and go and go. Go and go and go. I still have this bat. Now I just feel hostile. We got it? All right, let's go to the fucking back. It's so amazing. Can I have a little bit of the room? Hey, everybody in the room. Wow. Hi. Hey, in the back. So, I'm going to bring two people. Yeah. Hey, everybody. We're not at a bar. I am so excited to have two incredible pioneers in the reproductive rights and justice movement to have a conversation in front of you guys and with all of you. She's the founder and CEO of Whole Woman's Health. She's also, she's also the woman who 2 years ago served the lead plaintiff in the landmark Supreme Court decision Whole Woman's Health v. Hellerstedt. And he is an abortion provider and a best-selling author with his book, Life's Work, The Moral Argument for Choice. Please welcome Amy Hagster Miller and Dr. Willie Parker. In case anything gets crazy in here. Are we okay? Okay, good. I think we're good. I want to say thank you guys so much for coming. I am so thrilled you're here. It's all well and good to have somebody like me blabbing on about all these shitty laws. But I really feel like it's important to hear from doctors and providers because you're affected the most, your patients are affected. And I wanted to talk about that creepy burial law because on its face it just sounds wickedly bizarre. And Amy, you brought a lawsuit against the state of Texas because they are pushing this in Texas. Can you talk about, like, what's it like to have to go before a judge and talk about burying medical waste and having funerals for it?
So it's pretty absurd, right? So in the state of Texas, Whole Woman's Health is challenging this law that requires a funeral or cremation for every embryo or fetus. That's the result of a miscarriage or an abortion. Wow. So it's absolutely absurd, right? And so the trial was like a circus. In fact, I oftentimes wished you were there because there are certain, I mean, it was just like comedy fodder, you know? But the state, you know, putting forward this argument, trying to argue that somehow it has something to do with dignity.
Right.
And really, fundamentally, it's so offensive that we would sort of force women to go through that kind of thing and really, you know, insert this sort of shame and stigma at a time when they deserve our respect and they deserve dignity.
So dignity was this overlying thing that they kept talking about. And so when Amy's lawyers, when we were reading the case, talked about the dignified way that you would bury a fetus, tell me a little bit about the dignity that they came up with.
So one of the witnesses for the state of Texas got up on the witness stand and she said, you know, it's just going to be fine. We'll take care of all the fetuses. The Catholic Church will pay for it. All the abortion providers should just keep all the fetuses for an entire year, and then we'll come and pick them up from you, and we'll put them in a mass grave, and we'll bury them in a Catholic cemetery.
And so if you're not Catholic,
yeah, right.
And then also, isn't there? You can cremate. I mean, isn't there some weird cremation laws in Texas too, like that you can do of your own volition?
There are, and fundamentally what's at stake here is that, you know, medical sort of products of medical waste, whether it's, you know, miscarriage tissue or whether it's any other kind of tissue that's removed from the body, you would dispose of it the same way that you would any other kind. And so really they're trying to target women, they're trying to insert shame and stigma into a procedure that's, you know, one of the most common medical procedures in the United States, and women deserve access to it without this kind of sort of targeted stigma.
Well, yeah, absolutely. The way that these religious freedom laws have been happening fast and furiously with RFRA in many states, you know, trying to ban gay marriage and trying to say I don't want to serve people who are LGBTQI in my establishment because I don't believe in it, abortion laws. Willie, you came to your abortion practice through your Christian faith. How do you feel when you come to your work through the compassion of your belief in Jesus Christ, and then you hear these people deciding that their version of it is what dominates the landscape? What do you say to them?
Well, when I think about the right to practice conscientiously my religious beliefs, I also understand that religious freedom means the right to be free from religion, right? And so, in a country as pluralistic as ours, with as many different practices, I'm aware that even though the polarization is towards practicing religion, and that benefits me personally, it discounts the right of other people not to indulge in religion. So it really is, ironically, it's kind of like a desecration of religious freedom to insist that there's one particular tradition. People get angry with me and say I'm desecrating Christianity by saying that I'm a Christian and providing abortion care. But it's really been interesting to me the way in which people who are so extreme in their religious practices around sexuality and morality have genuflexed and bent over in a way to accommodate the lack of religious practice of this president in order to make it fit with their religious beliefs as they try and find power.
That's right. And the religious part has gone so the undocumented minor who found herself pregnant as she crossed the borders, and she was in Texas, and you're going to hear a story tonight that you've never heard anywhere else, because Amy Hegstrom Miller is the woman that went with her journey to obtain her abortion, and Amy has been able to speak with her and be able to tell a little bit about what that journey was like, and I think we'd all just love to hear. We heard so much about her and felt her pain, but to be able to get a first-hand account of what Jane Doe had to go through, I think we'd love to hear.
So, You know, one of the things about regulation around abortion is it tries to sort of make it almost impossible for a woman to access her care. And when you are a young person, and when you are undocumented, when you are a person of color, when you are somebody who doesn't have access to resources, those barriers are even higher. And so for this woman in the state of Texas, first off, it was just our honor to be part of getting her abortion and getting her a dignified, compassionate, safe abortion. It was incredible what my staff and my doctors did. Our doctor actually flew to the clinic on a day that he wasn't scheduled from a place far, far away. And our staff came in on their day off, and we really surrounded this woman and got her the care that she deserved. What she had been through with us and with a lot of advocates in the state of Texas, the ACLU, Jane's Due Process, many people stood with this girl throughout her journey, but she had multiple ultrasounds. She had to go in front of a judge, and she had to, you know, basically make a case that she should have access to care without parental consent. And then the federal government inserted itself, and even the Attorney General of Texas and the Governor of Texas started talking about her case and revealing confidential information that was completely beyond the scope. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. And so it was really important for us to provide her the services and the compassion in a confidential and warm, kind setting. And my staff, you know, surrounded her and you know, when the doctor walked into the building, you know, she just stood up and cheered when it was finally her time to be able to really, to get the care she deserved. And we felt so strongly, and we talked with her about how we were able to deliver her into her future. Yeah.
What's really awesome about working with Amy and Willie is when Amy was giving me information about the Jane Doe case, I didn't know that Amy. I didn't know that Amy was the physician that was going to, or the provider that was going to be providing the abortion. But we did know that Jane's Due Process was working, and Jane's Due Process is this incredible organization in Texas that works with undocumented people who need abortion and help them. And so we at Lady Parks Justice had postcards made in Spanish of support, and then we flooded her with postcards so that she could feel love. And so those simple things are really important. We only have a couple minutes left in this interview, but one of the things that I love about both of you so much is that you're not only just providing the work, you are both advocates and activists to remove the stigma around abortion. And so much of the stigma comes because people don't want to say the word abortion. They don't want to talk about abortion. They like to separate it out as some different part of healthcare. And I feel like part of that is because we've allowed the relationship and the language to be ceded to the right. So I think I want to go through 3 laws really fast. And I might go over a little bit. But they're the laws that we hear about constantly. They're the laws that you hear them spinning. And so I want to just throw them out to you, and I want to hear your medical knowledge on why these laws are bullshit. Easy? Okay, some commonness. Bigfoot. No, not Bigfoot. That's a rule. Fetuses can feel pain at 20 weeks. What do we say to people who say that to us, and we would like to actually say something cogent to them?
Well, there's the structural ability to be able to feel pain. There are certain things that have to be present. And we know that over time, as a fetus develops, at certain stages it doesn't have the structures necessary to carry a signal that one could interpret as pain. So with the best scientific knowledge we have, and there's been no knowledge to refute it, the structures that are necessary to feel what we would call pain aren't present until at least 29 completed weeks. I don't know where the 20 weeks came from. Maybe it looks like if a pregnancy is 40 weeks, 20 weeks is halfway. You should know by then, but it has nothing to do with science. So.
All right, take note. Take note for Thanksgiving.
So similar to what Dr. Parker said, I would just start off by saying we can't forget the context in which that 20-week fetus is living, and it's living inside a woman. And that woman's agency and her ability to determine what happens to her body and her life is paramount. Second, there's absolutely no medical information and medical research that confirms anything about fetal pain whatsoever. And so I think one of the things that's really important to realize that we won in the Whole Woman's Health Supreme Court decision is that the state cannot insert itself between a woman and her ability to access her rights and sort of just pretend it has her interest, her health interest. It has to support that restriction with scientific fact and medical evidence. And there's no medical evidence or scientific fact.
Round of the game show in hour 2. Thank you for being so smart and compassionate and kind, and thank you for saying to people with uteruses, we care about you, your destiny matters, your human rights matter.
My name is Kate. How you doing? I'm good. So you donated? Thank you for doing that. Everybody's so happy. For donating. So thank you so much for doing that. How's your day? He's a gay man who loves women. What are you from? Madison, Wisconsin. I just made a lot of fans here tonight.
Oh my God.
Is there anything you want to tell everyone? He's loving the show.
Oh, yeah. I love a Plaza Burger in Madison Town. He's another chatty one.
Yeah, he's got a lot to say. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And what kind of burger should you get?
At the Plaza Burger, at the Plaza Bar.
Plaza Burger at the Plaza Bar. Make sure you get the Plaza Burger.
Go Badgers!
Go Badgers! Okay, we're just going to use this mic now forever. All right, bye. Thank you. How's it going? Going great. You guys good? All right, guys, we're going to go. Are we going to check over the mark? Yeah. Oh, we're going to check with the Volvo.
We're going to check with the Volvo.
Okay, Sarah's got information. Okay, we're ready for the reveal. What does it say, Volvo?
This is from Johann Destructoid. His name is John Destructoid. And he says, wow. Whoops, I don't want to reveal this. Wow, let's murder the innocent because we are too stupid to understand birth control.
And we raised.
Have fun burning one day.
I just want to go peek at Mark. Hi, Matt. Oh, secret person. Oh my God, Mark is going. So we're going to just check in with Mark. We just saw his thing is so awesome. We were going to reveal it in the second half, but he's going to work.
He needs more time.
He needs more time, damn it. So we'll reveal both prizes at the end of the telethon.
Yeah, we will.
Okay, good. So, Greg, do you want to come back out a little bit and talk about the doodle?
Yeah, they wanted me to come out from over here, and I don't know why, Liz.
Oh, that's fine.
It's one of those perplexing mysteries you women are so famous for. Like the mystery of the pink and perfect cave of mystery that men can't seem to figure out. By the way, if men could get pregnant instead of women, there wouldn't just be free and on demand. There'd be a clinic on every corner, and you'd be in and out like Jiffy Lube in 5 minutes. With coupons on your doorknob, Groupon offers on your phone book, all-night infomercials. Are you a boy in trouble?
Did some girl get you in trouble?
Exactly.
Just remember that all throughout the night, all these crafts you can bid at CharityWise.com, February 14th. What a good Valentine's present for somebody. Can you imagine getting a special Hamill crafted amazing thing for your
Super
mom?
romantic.
I know. Very, very exciting. All right, so we're going to give you a bit more time, and so I think maybe as Mark is drawing, hey, Vola, why don't you just go rub Mark's shoulders a little bit? I think he needs it. He's working hard. Give a little shoulder rub to Mark. Yeah. That's nice. Wait, I think, hold on. That's sweet. Do we have, I heard that we have some, a special other thing. Sarah, do we know if this is happening? Do we have a big check?
Honestly?
Is somebody coming out with a big check? Is that real? I don't know. Not yet? No, the big check, not yet. I'm sorry. This is the telethon. We need money just so we can organize ourselves.
Please donate at 888-681-2054.
Oh my God.
And also you can go to Charity Buzz and get charity items, buy auction items, all the way until Valentine's Day.
Oh, let's give them the phone number. I want to talk to our folks. Can we come up and talk to you guys for a minute? All right, let's come here. Sarah, you want to take this table? I'll take these bags over here. You want to kick off with Amy Brenneman?
Hi, Amy Brenneman.
Hi, Sarah Silverman.
I love you very much.
I love you too.
And I love you from Twitter. I love your Twitter presence. I love your acting presence. I love all your shows. I loved The Leftovers so much.
I knew I was cool when Sarah Silverman dressed up as me for Halloween. That's how I fell in love with you, actually. I was like, oh, she thinks I'm cool, and I think she's cool.
And a friendship was formed. A fanship.
A mutual need.
Yeah. Another person on Twitter I love. I faved you today. Faved you today.
This is the world we live in.
This is great. Oh, sorry. Go. You.
No, I faved you today.
I faved you today.
I faved you today.
Ray a Butcher.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for your fave.
You're welcome.
I love a good fave.
I was fishing.
Thank you.
Badass, excellent presence. I watched her reluctantly get makeup backstage, and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen ever.
I was like, spackle me! I'm gonna be on camera.
It looked like she was being somehow violated, but she took it. I was a champ.
Oh my God, I love it. And I just want to say too that the most amazing Cameron Esposito was going to join us tonight and had like a bad knee blowout and couldn't come, but she was like, if you really want me to come, I'll come. And I'm looking at her Instagram and her knee is literally the size of a fucking redwood. And I was like, oh no, honey, you don't have to come. So I just want to say, love her for wanting to, and you know, it's always great. And I am down here on the end in some weird position, I don't know, talking to the lovely and talented Eliza Skinner. Hello, darling. You have a mic and I have a mic.
Yeah, I've got a mic. Hi.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
What brought you down to the Abobo Go-Go?
I committed to doing it.
I said I would come.
So, yeah.
You're practical.
Yeah, exactly. And I care.
And you care, damn it. Jenny Yang?
Hi.
Hi, Jenny. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Amy Brenneman. Amy Brenneman. Every time you go on screen, I want to cry, which is great.
Is that bad?
No! Because you're an amazing actor. You like touch my heart and shit. Like I just want to say that. Like, and this is why you're so amazing as a human who supports reproductive rights. Right? Because we care about fucking humanity.
That's right. We care brave tonight. You are brave on the stage.
Thank you.
You are brave on the stage, and I know why you're here because
When I see someone wail at a patriarchy thing, I oddly get aroused and terrified at the same time. The combination of it just makes me feel alive.
I'm so glad. Well, thank you all for being here. Now, we
skipped Kate McCoochie.
Oh.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. It's not okay, Kate. You are not to be ignored.
Okay.
Kate McCoochie is here. Actor, writer, comedian, musician, whatever one woman. What did you say?
Puppet maker.
Puppet maker. Thank you, Reggie Watts. She draws on various drawing apps like there's no tomorrow. She is always making art. One of her first one-woman shows was called Playing with McCoochie. And that is just her last name, McCoochie.
That was amazing. I want to put that on I don't know. That was really nice of you to say.
You could sell it on a pillow.
I should. One time, Reggie and I, we were drawing. Remember that time you came over and we just drew?
Yeah.
Make cards and stuff for people.
See, Reggie Watts is a big star and he's here, but we like to keep him behind the camera because...
We're going to bring him out later. Not that our big surprise. Hi,
Sorry.
Reg. Now that we know you're here. Hi, Reggie. You got out of work early. It's great. All right, so we have a big check. Are you excited? Somebody said we have a big check. Bring out the big check. Oh, my God.
Is it for $20?
Oh, my God. It is a $20 check. We have a $20 check from Ed Larson. And I just want to say, Ed, you're a big man with a small, small, small donation. No, I love it. I love Ed. You know what? I think it's important that when men give $20 to further the rights of people, we should pat them on the back even more so.
Yeah, $20 in check form is just so convenient. Thank you.
Yeah.
I always want to go
Really
to
great.
the bank
Really, really love it. It's very great.
to receive $20.
To receive $20. So, thank you, Ed. That's good.
Thank you,
Okay.
Cousin Ed.
Okay.
That is Cousin Ed of Murder Fist.
That's right. So I think that we are going to do a little something. If I'm not mistaken, do we want to do our little, are we doing the table, the giveaways? Yeah, the non-giveaways. Okay, good. So here's the deal. I think you're going to say, thanks, Liz, I appreciate it.
All right.
So often, let's just stay here for a second so we don't give away the stuff.
All
so
right.
often when you give to a telethon or a pledge drive, you are just inundated with shit you don't need. You don't need another mug. You don't need another bag. So we thought we would say to you, hey, here's some shit we won't give you if you give money to us, right? So let's see some of the stuff.
Because this isn't like PBS. We're not floating in corporate money from giant oil companies and shit. As you can see, we're broadcasting from a dank basement here somewhere in a feminist enclave right near the Vaginal Falls. And
so I think we'll start with the first item.
All right.
If you send $200 right now, we will make sure you are not entered to win 2 VIP tickets to Matt Damon in Conversation with Matt Damon about why Matt Damon wasn't centered more in the conversation that wasn't about Matt Damon. Starring at the Matt Damon Theater.
it's an awesome one-man show of exculpation. He abrogates himself of all responsibility while taking none whatsoever, and I think that's the trick of his.
I think that's
his
how he's
fantastic
mastered
stance.
his oeuvre.
It's something men learn at an early age. We also won't be giving you, if you donate $100, we will not be giving you Mario Batali's new book called Cinnamon Rolls and Other Recipes to Spice Up Your Sexual Harassment Apology. Mario Batali, if you don't know, is a celebrity chef who wears clogs when he's outside of the kitchen, so therefore is completely unfuckable under any circumstances. But we won't be giving you this if you donate $100.
And then if you want to hold that last book up, the last...
I'd adore to, Elizabeth.
It's a DVD set. If you pledge $20 now, $50, we won't send you Ken Burns' 20-part series, Patriarchy, The Men Who Build It.
You know, men worked really hard to eradicate women from history. And
Oh, I'm
History
sorry.
is a series of lies written by icky white men who beat their maids. And this is one of the most impressive documents of that history.
I'm sorry, I thought it was
Those
20, 40, 60, 80. I guess it's called Ken Burns' Patriarchy, the ongoing series. So we won't litter you with that.
A lot of people haven't recognized the white men's struggle over the years, but we're trying to with this volume. There's 7,000 volumes of it, and you'll
That's
never
right.
see a...
You can go, thanks. Thank you, guys, thank you. That's stuff we won't send you. A little bit. We did a little skit. We did a little bit in the skit. All right, hi.
That was fantastic.
You
I
know
can't
what?
get enough of Greg Proops.
Sarah, your hour's over.
My hour's over. Thank you so much.
But you're going to answer phones, right? You're
I'm
gonna
not going anywhere.
She's not going anywhere. She's going to answer some phones. Thank you so much for always saying yes and being my friend.
I love you.
I love you. Mwah. Sarah Silverman, everybody!
New phone bankers, including me, and a new co-host, and goodbye. Mwah.
Oh my God! Vulva! Oh, we have a live one? We have a live one, and we have a vulva update? Oh, vulva, do we have an update? Oh.
Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? Awesome. You just donated to Lady Park Justice?
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Speaking of donate, oh, God.
You're doing
My
that.
pants.
Where are you calling us from? Washington, D.C.
Oh, my God. That's 3 hours
The next
ahead.
President of the United States, Elizabeth, from Washington, D.C. Thank you so much for calling, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth from D.C.
We want a last name? Oh, that's sweet. That's not true, but that's sweet.
God,
Okay.
thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Elizabeth.
All right.
All right, remember you can donate 888-681-2054. The Vulva's back. Hi, Vulva.
Hi, we got a little bit of an update. I thought it was Pence dispenser worthy.
Do we get it? We don't have a tweet?
No, not right now.
All right,
The trolls are being lazy.
update. $9,711.
$711. Woo! God, I love the way it
All
feels.
right, thank you, Vulva.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right, so we're going to close out our first hour. We have a second hour coming up. It's going to be amazing. I want to thank my phone bakers, Amy Brandon, Rhea Butcher, Kay McGurgy, Brian Anger, Jenny Yang, Eliza Skinner. Mark is going to continue. His artwork. And then we're going to, in the second half, bring something else out for him. Greg Proops will be back. Brian Unger will be back VOing. And when we return for the second half, I will be joined by the one and only Rachel Bloom. So, take this time now. We're going to say 5 minutes, but it's probably going to be a little bit 6. We're going to play some videos. You can see the work we do. Please go pee. And then we'll be back with a whole new panoply of phone bankers, some more fun, some more comedy, and that's it. I have to pee. Be back in a minute.
I always thought I was a Christian. I married a good Christian lady, and we're homeschooling 5 good Christian kids. In fact, we spend our Saturdays together as a good Christian family, screaming at women entering abortion clinics. When I found out about Mancestry, I was excited to log in and find out just how Christian I really am. Well, imagine my surprise to find out I'm not Christian at all. I'm a domestic terrorist. I just use good Christian values to condone violence. So I traded this sign for this one. Women burning, murdering deserve to be.
Mancestry.com. Find out the story only white male privilege can tell.
This message brought to you by LadyPartsJustice.com, kicking politicians out of vaginas since 2012.
It's not Groundhog Day!
It's Groundhog Day, and thousands of women will wake up this morning needing an abortion, like Alice from Puxatawney, Pennsylvania, because of strict state regulations known as trap laws. Texas. She has to travel 84 miles one way to the nearest place to have her procedure.
Alice? Alice Connors, is that you? It's me, Randall White Dude. Well, Randall White Dude is now a Pennsylvania state senator, huh? Oh, come on, Senator Vaginal Probe. Now, don't you even act like you don't remember me. What are you up to?
Well, I just traveled almost 100 miles to get an abortion, so...
Bing! And I'm the guy who passed those creepy trap laws that helped close your local clinic so you had to drive for hours to get that abortion. Bing! I'm the trap law guy, Alice. Come on.
Trap law guy?
Yeah. Like, you know, the laws that say that abortion clinics can only stay open if they spend millions to turn their procedure rooms into just full-blown operating rooms because freedom. I did that. That was me, buddy. Well, okay, well, maybe you remember my other trap law? You know, that says that if an abortion provider wants to stay open, they must first sign a patient transfer agreement with a nearby hospital. But what do you know? The nearby hospitals are almost always Catholic, so they wouldn't sign.
So the clinics have to close then?
Bang.
Okay, why do they have to have a hospital agreement in the first place if you force them to become their own hospitals?
Because they're called trap laws, Alex.
Bing.
Bang! Here's hoping we don't have 6 more weeks of abortion. Watch it! That first step is a doozy!
Welcome back. Next in the tank, a Texas extremist tries to sell her innovative way to destroy reproductive rights. Meet Carol Everett. Her anti-abortion racket, the Heidi Group, just received a $1.6 million women's health grant from the Lone Star State.
Good evening, Sharks.
Hi.
I have convinced the state of Texas to impose a regulation to bury or cremate every abortion or miscarriage that happens in a Texas health facility. And my pitch to you is to partner and expand this requirement to all 50 states.
What am I looking at here, Carol?
You are looking at America's greatness in the form of tiny little caskets and urns.
So is there something in here?
Oh, not yet. I'm selling you potential.
I admire your patriotism, Carol. But can you tell me a little bit about the demand for fetal cremation and burial down there in Texas?
Yeah, what's wrong with the current method they're using?
Nothing. I am creating the demand by replacing scientific terms like tissue disposal with emotional phrases like preserving the dignity of the unborn. And by rebranding the concept of medical waste, I've convinced the state that it needs this regulation.
And by using inflammatory language, a simple conversation about medical waste convinces me that we need fetus burial.
The scalability is endless.
Bingo. I go on the news and say clinics are sterilizing their medical waste and properly disposing of it. Well, that doesn't sell anybody anything.
You're right. I'm bored.
But if I go on TV
Check.
and convince people that there's a threat that HIV-infected fetal remains could leak into the sewer system, it distracts the public from science and the facts.
You actually said that?
Well, yes, many times.
But couldn't a simple Google search prove that that's not even remotely true?
Well, yes, but who would ever Google anything that is so?
There is some truth to that. If something is said enough times, it eventually becomes basic marketing.
They gave me $1.6 million after I convinced them you'll get AIDS if you don't have a fetus funeral. Oh, there are people like me in your state. Google it.
Carol Everett is a real person. We Googled it.
There's several health concerns. What if the woman had HIV? What if she had a sexually transmitted disease? What if those germs went through and got into our water supply?
This regulation is still being fought in Texas. Follow the fight at ladypartsjustice.com.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory,
I always thought,
hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is not necessarily hers. Don't shame our size, don't patronize and fuck the patriarchy. She'll be coming like a fountain when she comes, and she told me that her girlfriend is all thumbs. Yeah, they spent the morning mountain 7 times. I mean, who's counting? She'll be coming like a fountain when she comes. Rockabye fetus, I'll be your friend. Once you were born, my caring will end. Never you mind the amnio test. Just rockabye fetus, I know what's best. Rockabye fetus, I'll be your friend. Once you were born, my caring will end. Never you mind the amnio test. Just rockabye fetus, I know what's best. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb and carried it to term because she has the choice, because that's what reproductive rights are about. And by the way, she is also a lamb. You're a dick, you're a dick, you're a dick, 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 and the shit you propose is sick, sick, sick. You're a dick, you're a dick, you're a dick, 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 you're a dick, a fucking dick, dick, dick. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is not necessarily hers. America, America, we're 50% of thee. Don't shame our size, don't patronize, and fuck the patriarchy. She'll be coming like a fountain when she comes. And she told me that her girlfriend is all thumbs. Yeah, they spent the morning mountain 7 times. I mean, who's counting? She'll be coming like a fountain when she comes. Rockabye fetus, I'll be your friend. Once you were born, my caring will end. Never you mind the amnio test. Just rockabye fetus, I know what's best. No, 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 you don't tell me what to do. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb and carried it to term because she has the choice, because that's what reproductive rights are about. And by the way, she is. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb and carried it to term because she has the choice, because that's what reproductive rights are about. And by the way, she is also a lamb.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
All right, is everyone as drunk as I am?
No.
No, you're not? All right, cool. I did sober January, and today is the end of that.
You earned it, girl.
Welcome.
You want me to just go?
Groundhog Day.
Videos. Okay, so what we're gonna do? Hey, everybody! I know it's a party. Shh. We're gonna count down. We're gonna count. Everybody, Kat's gonna count us down. It's gonna tell us what's gonna happen. Oh, we're live! Oh, did they see the videos? Okay. Hi. Canned rosé. Canned rosé. All right. So We're out. We're live. Here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna play some videos. Back up a little. All right. Is that? How am I doing? Okay, great. All right. We are live. Apparently, I'm streaming on the internet. And so we were going to bump in with some videos, but now I'm just going to tell you, some of our work and a lot of the work that we do involves raising awareness through using humor and video. So we're going to play a couple of really short videos so you can kind of get a feel for what we do. We'll bump in with that, and then I'm going to introduce you. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do some video. Why not? We're going to do some video, and then I'm going to bring out my illustrious co-host, because I feel like that's what I'm going to do. Does that feel right? Okay. So, without further ado, videos.
It's Groundhog Day, and thousands of women will wake up this morning needing an abortion, like Danielle from Gould City, Michigan. Because of strict state regulations known as trap laws, she has to travel 107 miles one way to the nearest place to have her procedure.
Danielle? Danielle Towers? Is that you? It's me!
Rando White Dude! Well, Rando White Dude, he's now a Michigan State Senator, huh? The Probster? What are you up to?
I just drove 3 hours to have an abortion.
Bing! You can thank me for that.
Oh, you're the probster. Oh, you're the guy who's the creator of all the unnecessary regulations that are so convoluted and impossible to implement that they force so many clinics to shut down.
Yes! That's me!
Yes! You leave poor people without any access to health care.
Bing!
Oh, because you strip us of all of our decision making so that we don't have any control over our own future.
Oh, Bing!
Oh, Bing, because you care about women!
Bing!
Yeah! You suck. Bing!
Bing! Hope we don't have 6 more weeks of abortion. Ooh, watch it! That first step is a doozy!
I was born a gentleman. I always hold a door open for a lady. I tell women at work when they look nice, and as a 32-year-old man, if I want to date a 14-year-old, I make sure to ask their mother for permission first. But growing up, I didn't know much about my ancestry. So I went to Ancestry.com, put my name in, and tons more gentlemen started popping up on my tree. It turns out I am 10,000 times removed from Thomas Jefferson. This is my ancestor, TJ. Mancestry.com. Find out the story only white male privilege can tell.
This message brought to you by LadyPartsJustice.com, kicking politicians out of vaginas since 2012.
And welcome back to Hour 2 of Life is a Living Nightmare, a telethon to fix it. Joining us this hour on the phones and director, Chelsea Kane, Ida Rodriguez, Jackie Cashian, Elijah Skinner, and Sarah Silverman. Jeff Ross, plus special appearances from Frangella, Greg Proops, Missouri State Representative Stacey Newman, and returning back to the crafting lair, Mark Hamill. Now please welcome back Liz Winstead and her partner in crime for Hour 2, the amazing Rachel Bloom.
Rachel Bloom! Rachel Bloom, you are here. I fucked up the whole open so rotten, but we did it. Hi.
Am I just sharing with you?
I think we can share until
like 2 teens at a soda shop in the 50s, just sharing a mic. Oh, there we go.
I can do
There we
that.
go.
Look
I'm
at that.
so excited to be here. I love the way that you described this as a feminist sleeper cell.
Yeah.
The way that some people think feminists actually what we're really doing.
Yeah.
And so to fit that, I also dress kind of like a witch.
I like it. I like it. I feel like you have some witchy zodiac thing that's not about Jesus around your neck.
I'm not into astrology at all, so if it's a zodiac thing, I don't know. But sure, it's an amulet for humanity.
Oh. Sounds like you got ripped off.
I probably did. It might have been a gift. I don't know.
I
If you
know.
gave it to me as a gift, thank you.
I'm going to have to put my rosé down to carry this. Hi, Chelsea Kane. How are you? Disney star Chelsea Kane coming out for women because she's fucking badass. Right here, Chelsea Kane. Give her a hand.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, there's Chelsea.
Thank you, Brian Unger, who is sat in that chair. It's so good. You know, I also want to give a little shout out because we have no money.
Yeah.
We took public domain songs, and our friends Susie and Amy fucked them up and made them all drop beats on them and made them like Ramon sounding. And so it's really fun. Just if you're walking out to Happy Birthday, it's because that's what we could afford.
I want to hear some like kick-ass hip-hop Camptown races.
We have that.
No way.
Yeah, I think we do.
Camptown races. Right.
I know.
Is that song rooted in racism? I feel like most folk songs I've later heard are rooted in slavery and racism, proving that things are horrible.
I believe that America might be rooted in slavery and racism.
You think it's rooted in like slavery? Yep, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, because everything, a lot of things that have been great, that we think are great in the country, that have existed for a long time, are actually like rooted in something terrible, and that's just history.
You know, it's true. So Rachel, I have to say, it's so funny because these people that you see before me, I've just met Chelsea. I've known so many of these people for a whole bunch of years, and they feel obligated when I ask.
Sure.
You're amazing. Have
Well,
no obligations to me, and
no.
yet you said yes. So I want to know why you showed up for the Abobo Go-Go in the basement.
Well, I mean, look, the right to choose is very, very, very important to me because I believe that every person, especially women, but every person deserves the right to pursue their destiny the way they see fit and the right to pursue happiness. And for women, reproductive rights are a big part of that. And so I want to support that in any way possible, and especially organizations like this and, of course, Planned Parenthood that help women who otherwise wouldn't be able to afford. And like that's, because here's the thing, like, I can stand up here and talk about, raising money, but at the end of the day, like, I'm part of a union, I have health insurance, I have the health care, but a lot of people in this country don't. And that's what I'm doing this for. So yay!
Yay! And I think that's it. I think that it seems vastly unfair that this medical procedure that 1 in 4 women will have in her lifetime is somehow parsed out and put someplace else instead of in the place, its proper place, which is in the landscape of medical procedures somebody might need in their reproductive lifetime. And
It's controversial, and people get emotional about it, and it's understandable, and it's no one's saying it's not a tough issue, but like I think that's why places like this and humor where we can talk about it in person and make the issues less black and white and more like, okay, well, let's talk about this, and like you can see the reason that I believe the way I do, and you can see the humanity in why I believe the way I do, and it isn't just some, I don't know, listicle that you're seeing somewhere, you know?
I think that's true. And every time you see a person, anytime if you yourself have had an abortion or you yourself can share a story about your own reproductive life, it puts a face on things in a way that they can't reduce you to that very thing. And I think that that's how we bust stigma, to say, you see me, you know me, you love me, I've had an abortion.
Yeah, and you know, there was that internet troll, we put up a troll tweet earlier who said like, oh, women who were too stupid to not use birth control to get an abortion. I know someone who got pregnant using both birth control and a condom. So she was responsible. It happens, and you need to have the right to choose that.
People have sex, and sometimes they get pregnant when they don't want to. Why can't we just say it? No shame. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know what?
Yes, they do.
Oh, my God.
There's a caller.
We have a caller. Who does the caller want to talk to? Sarah. Sarah, you have a call. Going on over, Sarah. Get it out.
Oh, sorry, she needs a mic.
Oh, hello? What happened? Tammy, you there? Oh, hi. It's good. How are you? Thank you for calling. Oh my God, there's call waiting still exists? There's a call waiting. Do you want to get the call waiting? Or we'll... Oh, okay. Fuck them. Tammy, this is about me and you. What can I do? How can I get you to give more? How much did you give, may I ask? It's private, but... Holy shit, $100!
All right! Talk into the mic, Sarah. Yes. Oh, it's Tammy Cronenmacher in Fargo. Hi, Tammy Cronenmacher. here in Fargo owns the only clinic that provides abortion care in Fargo. She is a badass. She fights every day against legislation that's unbelievable. And she is watching tonight. And let me tell you, this is really, like, I don't mean to be a sap, but now I've had wine, and so it's all gonna shit the bed. But to talk to people who provide this care to people and to gather around and say, we support you. Tammy Cronemacher, who provides fucking agency and care for people in North Dakota, she sees you here. She hears you saying yes. Those are the things that get people up every day.
Tammy runs
Red River Women's Clinic.
Oh, sorry.
Tammy runs Red River Women's Clinic.
Oh, she knows you. Yeah, the only clinic. Is that what you just said to everybody?
Yeah, I just told everyone.
Oh God, sorry. I had an edible about a half hour ago.
Sarah, tell
and
Tammy we love her because we have another call.
We have another call.
Love
We
you,
have to go,
Tammy.
Tammy. Liz loves you, and so do we. Thank
The
you.
Roastmaster General has a call. Who do you get on the line, Jeff?
Yuck Yucks in Ottawa, $500, I'll do it. Oh, no.
Oh,
sorry.
you pile
Hello?
of shit.
No,
Jeff
it's a real
Ross.
call. It's a real call.
Real call, okay.
Hey, what's your name? Hello? Hey, this is your big shot to say hi to everybody. This is Jeff. It's Jeff Ross and Andy Richter. We're right here.
Jeff, that's
Want enough to use the phone?
Jeff, I know we don't have speakerphones. We had to buy them. I don't know where.
He goes bullshit at you and hung up.
Oh. He said bullshit at you. Doesn't he know it's on a live stream? He can see you.
What the fuck kind of bullshit phone bank? Screen this shit, Liz.
Sir.
Why are you dressed like a French mime anyway?
Sir. This is what you chose to do tonight. I'm just saying.
I couldn't find a. This is great. Normally I come down here to get an abortion.
So here's the thing. We have crappy phones because we have to raise money so people can go to the doctor, Jeff.
I think that's a great idea.
I know. I think you're killing it. You're nailing it. People are going to call in and have you do something that's
How
going to
much?
be awesome.
How much is an abortion?
It depends on when you have it. It can be anywhere from $500 to $25,000.
All right. I pledge
Yes.
$500 if somebody will call and pledge another $500.
Jeff Ross, $500 pledge. Jeff Ross, call up and make the match. Call up and make the match. All right. So before we continue on,
But I have to fuck them. No, I'm just
the
kidding.
caveats. All right, our friend.
Not all tags.
I know, this
Hashtag
is
not all
devolving.
tags.
So, okay, here we go. We're going to, just before we go, I just want to reintroduce our friend Greg Proops, who has been with us all night. Greg Proops is going to come back out because as Mark Hamill is crafting away and being amazing, we have yet another. Hi, Mark. How's it going? Greg Proops, come on out.
Guys, I saw the art that Mark made backstage. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but guys, he's such a good drawer. He's so good at it. He's really good at it. I can't do art at all. Like I can't do visual art, and I'm really impressed. That's it.
Mark Hamill's good at art. That's amazing. Okay, Greg Proops, come on out.
All right, darling.
And we're going to bring out this next little piece that you're going to tell people about. This cool-ass thing. Look at this cool-ass thing. First of all, just look at it.
Thank you.
What? It's so cool. Greg, who is the amazing person that gave us that cool thing?
Liz Winstead, I'm so glad you asked. This is from, you're not going to believe it. Nick Offerman is not only a tremendous, not only a sex symbol and an actor and a comedian and a part-time clam digger, but he also has his own furniture workshop. And this is what they've written here, a beautiful handcrafted sign lamp from the Nick Offerman workshop, ladies and gentlemen. With metalsmith and woodworker Jane Parrott, they pair slab wood offcuts, hand-forged steel, and a screen made with hand-printed Japanese katazumi paper for a stunning bedside lamp that provides warm ambient light in case it's an a later hour and you want to get intimate and open up a box of wine.
Or a can.
Or a can. Are you drinking wine out of a can?
I'm drinking wine out of a can because I'm trash.
That is so classy. I'm smoking dope out of a paper tube. I think they call it a J. And it has a porcelain socket and a gold-covered cord. So you can put a light in the back of it, you see? And I would put a low-level light, perhaps an amber one or something super sensual, to make your evening an evening of Asian paradise.
Greg, that was beautiful.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
I also like to think about Nick Offerman having little woodworking elves.
I'm
It's
certain he
so much better
does.
than thinking Jeff Sessions has elves.
You know, a lot of people don't believe in elves, but no human hand could have made these crevasses. This is clearly the work of a tiny culture that we don't yet understand.
That only Nick Offerman understands.
From the Nick Offerman Workshop.
I feel like Nick Offerman is not only creating beautiful works of art, he's creating work for tiny cultures we can't understand.
It's a full employment economy in Middle Earth. And the elves really can't get enough of Nick Offerman's offermanings.
Okay, so this is also,
Thank you.
this will be up on Charity Buzz just like the other stuff until February 14th. Nick Offerman, thank you so much for your generous, gorgeous, beautiful donation. And you can go bid on that, so bid on that. Nick Offerman, are you going to take away the beautiful thing so I don't break it?
I'll go over
Cheap
here,
wine is
shall
bad.
I?
I'm going to just set my wine there, but have a sip. All right, what's happening now? You know what's happening now. Yes, comedian.
Okay, our next comics are performers on Stephanie Miller's Sexy Liberal Resistance Tour, as well as hosts of the Final Word podcast. Please welcome to the stage, Frangela.
What's up now? That's right. Look here. We know you're tired, okay? We know. We know you're tired. We know. All right.
A lot of you are white. And let's be clear, we are big supporters of white people.
We are fans of white people.
We have many friends who are white.
And family members.
Family members.
Okay, but y'all not used to being this kind of mad, this kind of long, okay?
So allow us to be your anger Sherpas.
Yes. Yes.
Because for black people, anger is it's like a base coat.
Yes. All right.
We adorn from there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's got different microphones for us now.
Okay. Who's earning his money? What?
Yes. All right. Well, now
Hello.
it's different.
They're cordless.
Yes. But here's the thing, okay? I know you're mad. I know you're tired, all right?
You're weary.
You are weary because
You're weary in like a slave song way, which is very new for you.
I know.
You're weary in a I bet you some of you who have never hummed in your life.
Yes.
Have found yourselves humming.
Yes.
Am I right?
I'm seeing white people on the corners being like, I feel good and black.
I was at Whole Foods. I saw just hordes of white people being like, this arugula seems overpriced.
Yes,
So
yes.
let us help you through this.
Yes, yes. Here's the thing. I know we had the Women's March, all right? Clap if you went.
Exactly.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? We have to be out there protesting. But we want to offer you this. You don't have to just protest at the Women's March.
That's right, because we know what's happening to you every day. Holla if you're with us. There are moments throughout the day. We know there are those cool, super cool people who will be like, how can you be shocked? You've heard that, right? Why are you surprised? Motherfucker, I'm surprised every morning.
Yes. Every
day.
goddamn day. Every damn day I'm surprised at this lying-ass administration, let me tell you.
I mean, by 2 o'clock, I'm like, they're good. Like,
Yes.
I would never have been able to think of this bullshit.
Mm-mm.
If you promised, as you said, $1 million to think of who you're going to fuck with tomorrow.
Yeah.
Betsy DeVos beat us on day 1.
Yes.
Like, we would never, I'd be like, I know what. Handicapped kids. What? Like, we could never do it. Like, that's what I'm saying, this ableist bullshit. Like, you would never be able to do it. it.
No. So our thing is when you find yourself on a street corner, okay, crying and muttering at the same time.
We call it cruttering.
Yes. Okay.
When you cry, muttering, and you don't know why, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yes. We want to invite you to do something we call pop-up protest. Okay. That means you can protest anywhere you are. All right.
And that invites other people into your moment.
Yes.
Because they're having it too.
Yes.
They just don't know how to connect.
Yes. So if you're on the corner and you're standing there and you're like, I don't know what this is, just all of a sudden we just want to jump up and be like, fuck Trump! Fuck Trump!
Fuck Trump!
Fuck Trump!
That's right. You don't need a coordinating committee. You don't need. It just happens when it happens.
That's right.
You could be in line at the grocery store.
Yes. Putting your items on the thing there, right?
Then you have the misfortune to look at the magazine rack.
Yes.
And see some bullshit.
Yes.
That is some bullshit.
That is some bullshit. Ice caps?
The ice caps are setting records? What the fuck are you talking about? Are they running in races, you goddamn motherfucking stupid bitch? What the fuck are you talking about? Fuck Trump!
Fuck Trump! You know what? Fuck Trump! Fuck Trump! Fuck Trump!
So we recommend you make these signs.
And keep them with you at all times.
Some people like to add a popsicle stick for thinking. Some people, I like to fold it like this and keep it in my black lady purse.
Yes.
Which is right here.
Yes. And let me tell you something.
You just pull it out when you need it. Pull it out when you need it.
When you need it. And you can have a pop-up protest anytime.
Anytime, anywhere.
If you're at a funeral.
You can be like, girl, I want to say I'm sorry about your uncle.
Yeah. You know what? I wish, he would have been better,
I know. He needed that liver.
He did. He'd still be alive if he hadn't voted for Trump.
You were a perfect match.
I was.
Maybe next time you'll vote for Trump and then she donate that shit to you.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck Trump!
Fuck Trump!
Fuck Trump!
Fuck Trump!
You know what? Take this with you.
Take
this with you.
Take it with you.
Take it with you.
Take it with you. Explain
Take
it
it with
to
you.
Jesus. Take it with you. Allah, I don't know, Siddhartha, I don't know who the fuck's in charge, but explain it to them.
Yes. Because we are sick and tired, okay? We're sick and tired of them changing the narrative. And one of the things we're sick and tired of is them talking about we're patriots. Wait a minute, we the patriots?
We're the patriots. We need to take back our word.
We need to take that word back.
We need to take back our flag.
Yes.
It makes no sense to me that I, as an American who can trace my ancestry back to, okay, both sides of the Revolutionary War, but whatever. We were covering our bets. You get it.
Yes.
The point is, I can do that, and yet when I see a truck with an American flag, I get scared. Why the fuck is that?
Yeah.
That's my flag.
That's our flag.
That is our
That's
flag.
our flag.
They do not own it.
No. Let me tell you something. You are not a patriot if you are 13 white men who go into a room and make decisions about a woman's body, okay?
No.
You are not
You are not
patriot.
a patriot.
Because let me tell you something. This is mine.
This is my
all this.
All this.
All this.
All of
Fuck
it.
you.
Right here.
This is mine.
All this.
All this
Like, all
is
let me-
mine.
Hold my leg. Hold my leg. All up in here. All that. All that. All up in it. All up in it.
Let me
all
tell you
of
something.
that is mine. All of that is mine.
Let
Now,
me tell you something. If you try to put your hand up in there, I got a bear trap in that
that's why
motherfucker.
I'm
Okay?
screaming. We got a collabo with Ginsu Knives. Try it.
Yes.
Now, true, I have shared mine with many of my fellow citizens.
Mm-hmm. But you know why?
And 4 to 10 Canadians.
Yes. But you know why? Because she's a patriot. We're
I'm a
fragile.
patriot.
We're
Thank
fragile.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Lady Parts Justice. Thank you, all of you.
Lady
Thank
Parts
you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Fight for it.
Fragile. That's what I'm talking about.
Motherfucking patriot!
I'd like to say.
Oh my God! Hold on. Hold on. What's happening?
Oh.
What's your name? Bianca? Do you have a donation for us?
Oh my God. Jeff Ross, what do you got?
How you doing today? We're in the middle of the Lady Parts Justice. We're on a roll right now. You just missed some killer comedy. Maybe you saw it.
No.
Wait.
Sarah Silverman's
Sarah's
on the
got
phone
one,
with
too.
Jeff Ross's sister. Is she doubling his bet?
Thanks for calling us. Everybody can hear you.
Do we have a double on Jeff Ross's pledge?
Your sister's on the phone.
Okay. She's asking what Mark Hamill's like. He's awesome. All right, good. How about a hand for Frangela, everybody? Frangela. Yes. You want to donate? You want to double it? We got a match. Yeah. We got a match in the audience for Jeff Ross.
For Jeff Ross's 500.
Jeff Ross.
Is this working? I think it's
Okay.
working. I don't
Jeff
know.
Ross. We have a $500 match if she doesn't have to fuck you.
No problem.
Yes! $500 match! Yes! I love you people! Rachel, what is happening?
I'm trying to balance my wine spritzer.
I know,
that
me too.
I now
I
have,
feel like I'm...
and my cards
Can
and
I
the
set
mic,
my
and
wine
it's just
down?
not going well. I guess I could use these as a prop, but it's terrible. I would like to say, I was asking backstage how many mean tweets we've been getting, and
Yes.
not a lot, but I would like to say, for every mean tweet we get, I will donate $10 tonight.
$10!
So, if we don't get mean tweets, that's great. And I'll probably donate money. I'll just donate money anyway. And if we do get mean tweets, thank you for your money.
That's right. If you want to be misogynistic, use the hashtag LPJ Telethon. We make it easy for you to hate women. We have a hashtag.
We have a hashtag,
shout out
exactly.
to Kara for making a donation from Tennessee.
Carol from Tennessee!
Thank you,
Oh
Kara.
my God.
Thank
You know what?
Kara.
Let me tell you something about Tennessee. So there's fucking great patriots in Tennessee who are working really, really hard. And there is a congressman in Tennessee who has, and I want you to hear me out on this. His name is Scott DesJarlais. He has a 100% rating from the pro-life people. He asked his wife to have an abortion twice. He asked his mistress to have an abortion twice. And he had an affair with a pharmaceutical rep and his employee. Now, Scott DesJarlais almost lost his congressional seat, and he won by 52 votes. Yes, because people don't pay attention in this kind of election. So he's up in 2018. So my guess is LPJ is going to put Tennessee on our path this summer when we go, because Scott DesJarlais, you are in play. We're doing this for you. Some Tennessee facts. Who knew?
Just an
Who knew I
example.
had Tennessee
Just an
facts?
example of that, because he can afford to pay for the abortions.
Yes.
He just doesn't want people who can't afford to have abortions to get them.
That's right. Garbage person. All right. Where are we going? I'm just blabbing. Vulva update. Let's bring out. Have you met the vulva yet, Rich?
I have not. Well, I've met her backstage,
Here
but I have
comes
not
the
met her on
vulva.
stage. No, it's a vulva.
The vulva is a patriot.
When she comes, and she told me that her girlfriend is on.
Things are happening. All right.
Yeah, they spent the morning mountains.
Hour up 2. We got an update on hour 2, people.
Or do I take it out?
Where are the mean two? You pull it out and then you read it.
Okay.
What's happening?
Oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, we got a $100 monthly donation from Jack in Kona.
Jack
Thank
in
you,
Kona!
Jack in Kona.
You know, we always love, which I want to say, something that really, when you're like a small little nonprofit, something that really helps is something called
Monthly.
recurring donations. And if that's $5 a month or $10 a month recurring, we can literally know what we have in our budget. And so if you feel like, I don't have a lot of money, but maybe you have a $5 recurring, you can go to ladyparksjustice.com, make a recurring donation. But we have a tally. Thank you, Jack and Kona. $100. That's amazing.
I don't know. Actually, my friend Jack is on vacation in Hawaii right now. I wonder if this is him or it's another wonderful Jack in Kona.
Jack and Kona, what do we got, Rich?
Our tally is $11,670.
What? Wait. Oh, Adele.
You got a nice set of getaway sticks there, Bloom.
Thank you so much. Did you call them getaway sticks?
I call them
That's
getaway
fantastic.
sticks. Woo!
Who should I give this to?
Something I didn't say is we do have a goal. We were really bad at there's a goal. People have things. So our goal tonight, and just so I haven't even talked about. Okay,
talk about the goals.
I'm gonna talk about the goals. So 3 things we do at LPJ. This is kind of important. We make videos that raise awareness in the winter and spring months, and then we go a little bit on tour. In the summer, we like to do workshops. We like to do get out the vote in places, and we like to help do these comedy workshops with activists who are trying to use humor so that they can raise awareness and really start switching the needle on what's happening. And then in the fall, we do something called the Golden Probes, which is a reiteration of the candidates that are stinking up your state legislatures and then helping you understand who you want to vote for. So we, throughout the year, kind of do fundraising help, help, help. That's how we do it. So you are helping us raise awareness, so that's really amazing. Thank you. Yes. Going. Molly? Vulva? Are you having a time of your life?
Molly's having a great time. She's
You know
having
what?
a great
People
time.
who have an unlit cigarette are never having a good time. I feel like they're having a sad time. Yeah. Okay.
I think I want to go over and see what Mark is up to.
Let's go. Great. Go over and
I'm
check
going to go
out
over
Mark.
there. I'm going to give a teaser about the craft. I'm not going to give anything away. And I'm also going to see what, oh, man. I don't really want to give a teaser about this. This is awesome. It's something that it's not flat. And it's not flat. I would call it, it's not as much like a painting as much as a piece. This is a piece that you want
a piece.
in your house. It's going to make people think. It's going to make people ask questions. And when you tell them where you got it, they'll go, oh. That's my teaser.
I want RuPaul to bid on this.
RuPaul,
Ooh.
Mark Hamill wants you to bid on this.
Ariel here is helping me. Model your outfit.
Model your outfit, Ariel. Model your outfit.
Oh, here
Look
comes
at that.
Ariel
It's beautiful.
with her lightsaber skirt.
It's
oh
great.
My God.
Do you dress like this every day to work?
I do, right, Liz? I do. She won't tell you, but
She won't tell you she does. Well, okay, so RuPaul, or anyone who's a fan of RuPaul especially, bid on whatever's happening over here. Mark Hamill is good at art. It's very glam. Very true.
All right,
Yes.
Rachel!
I did it.
You did great.
I followed the card.
And again, knowing that this, would you say on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like of Star Wars things that Mark Hamill has painted tonight, is it a 10?
Okay, well, if you're a Star Wars fan, this is a 10 on the things of Star Wars things that Mark has painted tonight.
Yes.
If you're a Star Wars fan, you're gonna want this shit. It's great.
Okay, amazing. So
Good shit, not bad shit. It's good shit. You know, I was using shit in the colloquial. Okay, you get it. Thank you.
I feel like you're really nailing it every minute.
This is what happens when I have a spritzer.
You're wild.
I'm so crazy.
Oh my God, it's White Ladies on Rosé. What is happening? Okay, so like I said earlier in the first day, I feel like earlier was like 7 years ago. What's happening? How old am I now? How old are you? You people look great. Am I 80? Have I been here forever? Okay.
It looks like Jeff's on the phone with his sister.
No, my sister called and asked for Sarah, actually.
I know. This is how sad our phone bank is.
I'm talking to Anthony from New Jersey, who made a very generous donation.
Anthony from New Jersey. Thank you, Anthony from New Jersey.
From New Jersey.
Thank you, bud. I tweeted out the phone number, so people are calling me.
Oh my God, amazing! So the phone number is 888-681-2054.
Thank you, brother. You got a big round of applause.
So, like I said, I like to use games to educate because it's better than just lecturing the fuck out of people.
Who doesn't?
And so, so much of what happens in our world, especially when it comes to reproductive rights, the laws that involve immigration, reproductive rights, voting rights, prison shit, over-policing, all come out of your state legislatures. Understand that. So when you learn about who these morons are, and then when you see by the tiny minuscule amount they won, You have so much power, but we don't pay attention. And with abortion rights and access, it's the same thing. So we want to play a little game called Are You Smarter Than a State Legislator? And the vulva's going to come out. Come on out, vulva, and join us.
Once you were born, my caring will end. Never you mind the amnio test. Just
Public domain, punk rock songs are in. Yes. Now we're also, Aiden assist us. We're going to bring Amy and Willie back out. Amy and Willie, come on back out. Amy Hector Miller, Willie
Thanks,
Parker.
Amy and Willie.
Amy, you'll be here. You'll be over here. You'll be with Willie Parker over here. I'm just kind of going to try to orchestrate this in some really crazy way.
Yeah, where do you want me? Where do you want me?
I think you and Willie Parker will be teammates over here.
Yeah, okay. Hello. Wait, but I'm reading a question.
Yes. So what we'll do, Rach, is
Who
we'll
knows
read
the
questions
answers?
from kind of the side.
Oh.
And then it's kind of like Quiz Bowl, this game. So what we'll do is, wait, I wrote it down, so that's better. If I just read it from the card drunk, that seems better. Okay. Rach and I will read an actual state law that was passed or a statement that a politician holding statewide office has said. Then we're going to ask our panel, Sarah Silverman, I'm paying attention to you. I love you. Then you guys are going to pick which is the right answer, okay? You're going to have 20 seconds, and you can use the tiny hand to ring the buzzer.
So I have to figure out which one of these two people is a state senator?
No.
Oh.
But Jeff, follow along. I feel like you're going to nail this. So, all right, here we go. It'll be easier if we just go for it, right?
You want me to read the first? I have the first one. Okay.
Molly?
Yeah?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Rachel.
Yeah? This is okay.
All right.
Right? You
Yes.
tell me, correct me if I'm wrong.
You're great.
All right, here's the first one.
Here's the first question. Teams, listen up. Everybody listen. Whether or not. You're asking these guys. Rach, you're asking this team. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right. Alabama Republicans passed an extreme law that would force minors who need to get an abortion without a parent's permission to undergo a court trial, cross-examine the minor, and it would give judges the right to appoint a lawyer for the fetus. Whoa. This law was meant to A, give jobs to incompetent lawyers, B, generate plot lines for every Law and Order franchise, or C, stigmatizes sexually active minors and attempts to shame them into forced pregnancies. C.
C. Ding,
C.
ding,
Ding, ding, ding, ding.
So here's a fun fact.
Ooh, fun facts.
Fun fact. So these crazy laws are something that they try to establish. It's called fetal personhood. And what they try to do is give the same human rights as fully grown humans who live outside of the womb to fetuses. Now, what I want to ask is, this is one of the long lines of ways. We often talk about Roe v. Wade and what happens with the Supreme Court and Roe v. Wade. So many laws that they can pass on the state level chip away at Roe. So I feel worried that Roe v. Wade isn't even what we should be worried about because there's so many loopholes for them to erode access to begin with. So because we have experts here, I want to ask one of you guys a question, and this one's going to go to Willie. Willie, talk about why these personhood laws are so dangerous.
Well, if you think about a scale, and if you're trying to weigh and balance something, if you put a woman on one side of the scale and if you put her fetus on the other, these personhood laws try and make a fetus equal to the woman carrying it, right? So it then creates this kind of tension in people because if you say that a fetus is a person and then you talk about murder, we've accepted that people shouldn't be killing other people. So then when you look at the termination of a pregnancy, if you make a fetus a person, you then make a woman less important. So the notion that life begins at conception and that conception is a person is the wrong question. The question is not whether or not a fetus is a person. The question is, when is a woman not a person?
Yes! That is it! Get up! Get up! Get up! Drop your mic, Willie Parker! Send those shitty ass hate tweets, because, yeah. All right.
$10 per shitty hate tweet. $10.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, I'll read this one. Okay, okay. Here's another fun question.
Rachel's
All right.
reading the second one. Rachel number 2, go.
It was highlighted, right? Unless you want to read one.
No, you read them
Great.
all, girl.
I love it. Okay. At a press conference announcing that his investigation found no
these people.
What? Oh, I see. I don't know how games
No,
work.
you're doing great. You're doing great.
I was never picked for sports in school. All right. At a press conference announcing that his investigation found no evidence Planned Parenthood was selling baby parts, Ohio, oh, she is on the phone. Ohio attorney, oh, it's your mom.
Is she Chelsea Kane's mom? Big Mama Kane is on the phone.
She can help with this. Mrs. Kane, we're asking you too. At a press conference announcing that his investigation found no evidence Planned Parenthood was selling baby parts, Ohio Attorney General, now GOP candidate for governor, Mike DeWine, also made claims that Planned Parenthood steamed cooked fetuses and tossed them into landfills. In reality, Planned Parenthood was actually A, steam cooking fetuses, B, parboiling fetuses, or C, using the same high-pressure steam treatment hospitals okay, so they were using the same high-pressure steam treatment that hospitals in Ohio use to kill infectious material before disposing it as solid waste. Yes. C, the answer is D to C. It is C.
I gotta tell you,
it's C.
These are sort of leading.
Andy, I can't get my comedy friends to come to a real Quiz Bowl thing, and you're a fucking 5-time Jeopardy champion, sir. So I
Took you long enough.
I know. I mean, I wanted to be able to stump you on something, Andy, and I can't. I don't know how. So it's so amazing to me. Again, have you all heard of something called trap laws? So what these laws are is they're these made-up laws that have nothing to do with helping women access abortion care, helping women access birth control. They're laws created to literally infantilize women and people who need abortions and to literally take control out of their hands and put them in the hands of the government. When you start creating laws like this, it's hard for clinics to stay open. So when you tell clinics, wait, we're going to create really impossible ways for you to dispose of your medical waste like anybody else, and if you can't dispose of your medical waste, you can't stay open, that is one way they get clinics to shut down. And it's really fucked up, and it's the same with this crazy burial shit. You know, this like, oh, we won't take your medical waste, so where are you gonna put it? Nowhere, then you can't stay open. Amy, I keep going back to you as like the medical waste expert, and I apologize, but talk to me about literally what a burden this is for you as a provider when they put this bullshit on you that doesn't occur for people who provide colonoscopies, or if you have your fucking face sucked out like some bizarro plastic surgery shit. That's also medical waste. They just sterilize it the same way. I don't know. Talk.
Really nice lead up. Face sucked out. Really good. No, I mean, you're right onto it. I think the thing that we have to realize is that all of these laws are designed to block people's access to abortion services, period, right? And so their obsession with getting us to focus on the fetus is an attempt to try to get us to forget about the woman. And their obsession with it is to try to sort of get us obsessed about something that actually has nothing to do with the dignity and health care that women deserve to have. So because they know they can't overturn Roe, they've come up with all these different ways to try to chip away at people's access to it. So trap laws, targeted regulation of abortion providers, are regulations that are specifically targeted to us that don't exist in other parts of healthcare. And they're specifically designed to close our facilities by regulating our janitors' closets, our hallway widths, by regulating the airflow in the clinic. Has nothing to do with women's health and safety, but it's specifically designed to shutter our doors. And this medical hazardous waste stuff is another one of those issues, right? Like, we can't provide abortion services if nobody will allow us to dispose of the waste in the same way other healthcare providers do. So they've targeted this thing as a strategy to get us to close our doors, another strategy, right? And so you gotta ask some questions, you gotta see behind the headlines and realize that their strategy is to make abortion completely accessible to pregnant people by any means necessary. And we see it. We see what they're doing.
That's right. And again, raising awareness in a time when so many people are being victimized and brutalized. It's important that every organization works. You know, we want to center the lives of people who have uteruses and women to make sure people understand that is, if you say you care about human rights, the full humanity of people with uteruses needs to be part of your human rights agenda. It just absolutely does. We're not a wedge issue, we're fucking people. And just as a sidebar, this same douchebag attorney general running for governor was one of 9 attorneys general who signed on to an amicus brief who tried to shame the Jane Doe we were talking about earlier in Texas by saying, and he ran and raised money in campaign saying tax dollars shouldn't pay for Jane Doe's abortion. And you know what? Tax dollars didn't pay for Jane Doe's abortion. The people who wanted to donate to Jane's due process donated to pay for Jane Doe's abortion. And I would gladly pay for anybody who needed an abortion. And the government doesn't. Sadly, by the way, sadly, the government chooses not to provide medical care for people who need it. And because of Jane's due process, funnily enough, that comes up. Ma, what do you have, Vulva?
A precious donor wanted to send you a message, Amy. Susan Hayes from Jane's Due Process says, to Amy for bending the time-space continuum to provide an abortion for immigrant Jane and outsmarting the Trump administration.
Yay! Rachel, we have our... Yes! Yes! Yay! Rachel!
Your inner labes are getting just like a little...
Molly,
it's just like, that's like...
we have one more.
Yeah.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader?
All
Are
right.
you smarter than a state rep?
Here's the last one.
Lord.
All right. Oh, you're just already hitting the buzzer. Oh, Jack's already hitting the buzzer. Okay, there we go. House Majority Whip Rep Kevin McCarthy, Republican from California, BT Dubs running in midterms, pushed the Pain-Capable Unborn Child Protection Act through the House, claiming that it will protect those children whose science has proven can feel pain. But the actual general scientific consensus is that A, the fetal brain isn't developed enough to feel anything at 20 weeks. B, fetuses can feel pain at 20 weeks, can smell at 21 weeks, and dunk at 22 weeks. And C, many fetuses may lose their ability to feel pain and empathy at around 943 weeks if they join the Republican Party. Jackie says A.
Oh, it's actually C. That they will feel pain at 943 weeks if they do. No, you're right, Jackie!
You got it.
So as we talked about with Willie and Amy earlier about the 20-week ban, I think something that's important to remember, and I don't want to go rehash stuff we've talked about tonight, 21 states have enacted some form of a 20-week abortion ban. And what that means is it's in direct defiance of actual viability, as Willie and Amy both spoke to, and B, it's just a way of not understanding why people get later abortions, not giving a fuck. And when they curb so much access to abortion in earlier abortions, it forces people farther along into pregnancies to get abortions that they didn't even need because they could have had something simpler, that they are trying to raise money so they can get there and trying to find a place to go. And so just remember when they say that this isn't about caring about you, caring about access. This is about literally keeping women in their own personal prison so that they're not emancipated and part of the decision-making in society. So thank you so much. Good job. I feel like all of you are smarter than a state rep. Willie, Amy, Rachel, you get a little break. You get to go have some wine.
Wait, by break, do you
I
mean?
think so.
Do you mean end?
No, I
Oh.
don't mean end.
I'm so
I
confused.
don't mean end. I just mean a little tiny break.
Bye.
Walk up. You guys go. Bye. All right, Volva. Oh, the Volva's. No, I don't have the Volva. I need new cards. Hi, Jen. This is Jen, keeper of the killing of the trees. Jen.
Oh, what am I doing? Hello.
I just want to say hi a little bit to my folks. I said hi to Jeff.
Hi.
Hi, Andy Richter.
How are you?
I'm really good. I'm super glad you're here tonight.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. And
Andy
I'm
Richter.
glad you're all here. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for braving the Los Angeles cold.
I know,
to
it's
be
terrible.
here
It's freezing.
On this wintry evening.
Being a Minnesota girl, I feel like I'm really challenged
Yes.
by your inclement weather.
Yes, I know.
And I'm so excited. Like, I know that it's like you shouldn't give dudes extra credit for giving a fuck, but I do want to say that we can't have this fight if we don't all in this together. You're allies. You're amazing, and I just want to say, Andy Richter, every time I ask you, say yes.
Yes.
And I'm gonna act like it's not because your wife tells you to. I'm gonna say because
no,
you
no,
love
it
me.
It isn't because she tells me to.
Okay.
I mean, there's other things that, yeah, when she tells me to do it, I do it. But no, I'm happy to help because it really, this and guns are like my two don't fuck around issues.
Yeah.
Like, when I vote for somebody, they gotta be right on women's rights and guns, and if not, I'll vote for somebody else.
You know what? That's awesome. And you're going to be so excited to meet the next. I'm going to run down and say hi to everybody. And the guest that I have coming up is a state rep who is fucking brilliant, whose two issues are guns and abortion. And she is amazing. So you're going to be very excited to meet her.
All right. Well, this is puts a lot of pressure on it.
That's right. And Chelsea Kane, I met Chelsea literally at the Women's March for 30 seconds. And then we have a mutual friend who was like, let's get Chelsea. Chelsea, welcome. Thank you for supporting reproductive rights. I'm so excited you're here. What brought you here?
Oh, well, it was great. It was so serendipitous running into you in the lobby. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. We got 2 donations from Emily and Christy, so a shout out
Emily
to
and
them.
Christy!
Thank you guys for calling. And yeah, this is awesome.
And you're amazing. And thank you so much because I know it used to be, because I'm 190. Stop it, Ida. Stop. But when I first started my activism, back when I started working, people would say, don't talk about abortion, don't talk about reproductive rights, keep your politics quiet. And I think that it's super important to realize that we're not just saying shit because it's our opinion. People's lives are on the line. And at some point when you get there and you're like, my career is better because I give a fuck. And so that is how that shit works. Jackie Cation. Hello, Jackie Cation. One of the funniest comics I know. Also, I don't want to call you a fellow Minnesotan because you're a Scotty, but you're sort of a fellow Minnesotan. And you're also like queen of the geekdom, and I love you. Why are you here, babe?
Mark Hamill's here.
Finally, some honesty.
No, my issues are reproductive rights and the Muslim ban. So, what's this guy? How does this guy stand on putting people in fucking trains and sending them into the desert to die? So let's find out about those fuckers. You are a delight and working the good. Thank you.
I'm just kind of a drunk who's a little funny. But I like it. All right. Ida Rodriguez. What if I go back here so I don't block anybody? Ida Rodriguez, you went on tour with us this summer. You are here. Talk to me about why you're here, ma'am.
It doesn't work. Thank you, privileged white man, for the information, but that doesn't work.
What? It works now because I'm
They
a
always
white
have.
lady. It works for the middle-aged white
That's what
lady.
you say when it's convenient.
We're not the ones that put you in that ghetto. It's her.
No, they put you in your own ghettos. But as a Latin woman, I think it's very important to stand up for reproductive rights because we are shamed. Coming from women who were having abortions, my aunt had an abortion in a bathtub where they gave her molasses and beat her stomach until she had an abortion. because she was being shamed. I think it's very important for our Latin women to know that it is okay to own your ovaries. They belong to you. And not be afraid to stand up for reproductive rights and stop letting men shame us into believing that we are secondary citizens on this planet when we give them life. So, you know, I'm a freedom fighter for that shit. I take it to the stand-up stage. I'm unafraid. I don't have a lot to say, but I will. When I do have something to say, it has to mean something. Own your pussy, ladies. They belong to you.
And Sarah Silverman, my darling, your one last word.
I have nothing. I don't want to follow that. I thought that was amazing.
Oh, but you're making a really good drawing of a woman with a really full, healthy bush.
That's just my go-to doodle, but I added a new element today, which I've never done, which is she's wearing wellies.
Auction that off.
Is this something you can see on there?
Donate. Donate money.
Will you put that down your pants?
We ought to be able to auction that off. Yeah, come on. Let's auction that off.
100%.
Yeah.
Sarah Silverman has a full, healthy bush and a set of wellies. I mean, I don't know if you do personally. I do. Okay, turns out.
I was looking at my bush today, drying it from the shower, which is the only time it's curly. And, but I was thinking it looks just like Bert's hair. It's a really fun tuft right now.
Liz, can I just say one quick thing?
Yes.
I want to say the reason that I'm here is that I don't think men can tell women what to do with your bodies. It doesn't even work when we try to tell you what to do with our bodies.
I think that's perfect. I think that is perfect. Well, I just want to say, again, thank you guys so much for being here. It's so great. And oddly enough, Sarah, you mentioned Bert because my next guest's husband's name is Bert. A really random fun fact that I'm just going to tell you. So often we hear the clarion call of the midterm elections. Are you guys gearing up for the midterm elections? It's literally the only thing that matters because we can change the landscape of shit. And this woman, I met Stacey Newman, who is a state rep in Missouri. She was term limited out, so this is her last term. She is a warrior of epic proportions. She literally joined the Right to Life Committee just so she could be in there to know what they were doing and torture them. And when you hear about her work, you are going to be so incredible. And as I said to Andy, LGBTQ rights, abortion rights, and gun rights are her thing. Please welcome Stacey Newman! Oh my God. Stacey, I was trying to remember how we met, and I can't.
I know exactly how we met.
Okay.
I stalked you.
Oh.
I stalked Liz at a Planned Parenthood event in Kansas City. I drove across the street because I had to meet Liz Winston.
Well, and for me, like when I talk about state and local politics, it's literally a passion because Lady Parts Justice was literally created so that we could try to find a way for people to understand what was happening and stake in local politics. And just a really quick story is I was back in Minnesota trying to finish my book, and it's when all these laws started dropping in all these different state legislatures and clinics started closing, and I decided to do this tour across country back from Minnesota to New York. I had my 2 dogs. I drove in a van. It was insane. And my first stop was Michigan, and I met a state rep in Michigan named Lisa Brown, and she was fighting against a transvaginal ultrasound law. And it was literally a law in Michigan where they were trying to force women who needed to have abortions to have a vaginal probe against their will. And when Lisa was fighting against the bill, the Speaker of the State House said, "I'm banning you from using the word vagina on the floor of the State House." And she said, I am arguing against a transvaginal ultrasound bill. What would you like me to say? And he said, something more appropriate like lady parts. Seriously. So this man couldn't hear the word vagina, but felt 100% entitled to legislate it. And so when we were forming the organization, I was like, homage to Lisa Brown, lady parts justice, that's what we're doing. It's not gendered. We believe that all people who have uteruses and vaginas and people who identify on a non-binary scale, everybody's rights. That's who we care about. But to really, yeah. So, but to talk about what state legislators do and how hard they fight, and you are in Missouri, when you think of shit, you probably think of the places that are, you know, you think of Roy Moore. You think of like what we learned about Alabama in this trip, right? Missouri literally is the scariest place on earth. I've been there 3 times in the past 18 months. Their governor literally had an affair, took a picture of the woman, then threatened to blackmail her if she came forward.
And he's under investigation right now as we're in session.
That's right. There was who was the guy who tell about Mike Moon.
So Representative Mike Moon is from an outstate district in Missouri. I sit on the committee that hears all the abortion bills with him. And he literally has compared women's lady parts to
Vaginas, let's go.
To chicken parts.
Yeah, to chicken parts.
And the rest of us, our heads turn. But then the very next hearing, the very next week, we actually had someone in a chicken suit sit in the hearing and stare at him so he would know the difference.
There's so, yeah.
Lady parts to what?
A chicken.
Chicken parts.
A chicken.
He actually,
he
didn't he actually cut up, wait, hold on.
Where's
You're
Jeff
kind
Ross?
of burying the lead. He made a video cutting up a fucking chicken and comparing it to an abortion.
To an abortion.
Yeah. I mean, it's endless. They had a guy who was running for their state attorney general's office who thought that it was constitutionally legal. He was running on the platform of releasing the records of any woman who had an abortion at Planned Parenthood. Yeah. Also, what's the zoo law?
There's just too many.
There's too many.
There's too many.
Right.
There's too many.
Yeah. So and then the Bratton who said abortion is a man's issue.
Oh, he also said on the floor that homosexuals are not human.
Yeah.
This is where I live.
Yeah, so this is where you live, in Missouri. So knowing that, and these people win in oftentimes off your election, so oftentimes midterms, and people are up every 2 years, so if you're not voting in those 2 years, these people sneak in. And as a legislator in the State House, what is it that we can do as citizens to pay attention to our own community? Like, how can we make change?
Well, I'm going to ask the question of the audience. Raise your hand if you know the name of your state representative. Okay, look around. Look around. The biggest thing you can do starts with the letter V, and it's not vagina, okay? I mean, I say that word as much as I can on the floor because they love it.
They love it.
They love it. So the biggest thing you can do is, number one, vote. Vote every single election. But here is the secret. Here's the secret. Most of us, particularly those of us in red states, those of us, we're all in partisan districts now, regardless of why, but that's where we are. So I'm in a heavy Democratic district. WashU's in my district, so shout out to WashU.
WashU!
So I come from a very educated district. But, so we have Democrat districts, we also have Republican districts. So people think, why should I have to vote in the primary, which in Missouri is in August? Because they're going to elect a Democrat, right? It doesn't matter. Well, you get to choose which Democrat you actually elect. And most of us, are you guys sitting down for this? So our primary election in 2016, and you're right, we're up every 2 years. So our 2016 primary election was in August of 2016 when all of us are basically elected. What do you guys think the voter turnout was in the state of Missouri? 26% of registered voters show up and actually elect us to office. So guess what we do? Then we become Speaker of the House, we pass stuff, then we decide to run for governor, then run for president. and you guys are sleeping the whole time. And actually, right now, there's over 39 legislative bodies, both houses and senates, in states that are conservative controlled. So if you were going to pass anti-women, anti-vagina, pro-gun, anti-gay, anti-Muslim laws, where are you going to do it?
In the
You're
State
going to do
House.
it at the states while you guys are sleeping. So that's why the biggest thing you can do is to vote every single election, and some states, even happening in St. Louis, people now are getting elected at the school board level that are extremely conservative and anti-gay, pro-life, and that's where they start, again, right under your nose.
Well, and I think that's it. It's like you even like when you go down and you think about city councils and you think about school boards and you think about those places where they're infiltrating the minds of the people who are going to be, learning, when they start saying, these are the shitty textbooks you're going to have. This is what we won't teach. We're not going to allow sex ed. We're not going to allow tolerance or science in our schools. They're creating literally a generation of people who aren't even getting other information in them. And so for me, Stacey, what I wanted to ask you is, the thing that I really love so much about you is that when these horrifying laws happen, you have proposed some amazing pieces of legislation. So when all of these hideous gun people happen, Stacey sponsored a bill to make it as tough to buy a gun as it is to access an abortion. And back in 2012, she sponsored the anti-vasectomy bill that was a pushback to anti-women's legislation everywhere, so that we could make sure men really thought about their vasectomies before they got them.
I mean, if we should interfere in women's,
Yeah.
why should we interfere in men's
Well, it's
decisions?
because we
I mean,
love
should
the
be
men, and we
equal
want to make sure you're thinking about it, really want to make sure that you're on a path that's right for you. Maybe you should wait a couple of days
well,
or
and the
years.
government always knows better, Liz.
The government
The
always knows
government
better.
knows better what's good for you.
I know. So
And I'm government.
You are government. And so we have done some extensive work with you in Missouri, and I'm coming back to Missouri to do a workshop.
In 3 weeks.
In 3 weeks. Yeah, it's The Handmaid's Tale of Missouri, and we're going to
Did
just
you guys
talk.
did you get the name of that? Missouri Handmaid's Tale?
Yeah.
You guys watch it on TV. We do it
Yeah,
in
you are
Missouri.
living
we
it.
live it in
The
Missouri.
reality show.
It is real.
So it's going to be really great because that's one of the things that we do at LPJ is going in and doing workshops where you have the knowledge and the facts on the issue, and then you help local activists use humor so people can get on board. You can get some media, you can get some press attention. These local towns and cities that we go to, they are chock full of really smart, amazing people. And the one thing that I think we often forget is the folks who are fighting the repro bills are fighting fracking, they're fighting Muslim bans, they're fighting prison stuff, they're Black Lives Matter folks, and they're exhausted. And so just by going in sometimes and doing a comedy show and having 400 people in a room and having them sign up to help, you're building their coffers and you're helping people and you're replenishing their base simply by fucking showing up. And so to be able to have an opportunity to come and do it with you is really, really fun. And so that's another reason why you're pledging tonight, is so that we're going to go and spend 2.5 months out on the road this summer and go to 20 cities doing these very things with big, massive amounts of people so that they can go out and grow these bases and fucking remove these extremists and get pro-choice, pro-progressive candidates in office. So if that's what you want to hear and if that's what you like and you can't do it, but there's a group of people out there doing it and you want to throw a couple bucks our way to make sure we can get out there, 888-681-2054. Thank you, Stacey Newman.
Thank you.
Stacey Newman, everybody.
Liz,
What is happening?
Liz.
What?
Liz,
What?
it's Andy. It's Andy over here.
Andy.
Can I just interrupt for a second?
Yes.
Because Chelsea and I just noticed Mark Hamill has glitter all over his face.
Mark Hamill! Oh, my God.
Move that face around, Mark, so we can see it shimmer and shine.
Oh, my fucking God. Oh, can you guys see the top of this thing?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, will you rub it on my face? Oh my God, when you see this shit, you're gonna blow your, I don't even, Now I have Mark Hamill. It is the herpes of crafting, which is my favorite thing someone said. All right, I think it's time to bring Rachel back out in the vulva. What's happening? Rach, vulva! Oh my God, Molly has a pineapple. Oh my God, yes. The vulva's back and drinking out of a pineapple. Uh-oh. Hi. Hi. Should we flank the vulve? Let's flank the vulve. Okay, so what's happening? We're not getting Twitter hate. I think you all need to tweet hate so we can take some of Rachel Bloom's money. Yes.
Decided to give money for fake hate tweets, which now seems like I'm just encouraging hate, so I don't know what to do. It's so hard. For every, let's say for every night, well, no. For every, okay, I'll say this. And guys, hold me to this. For every nice tweet at us, I'll donate $1. So the mean tweets, it'll be $5, but then like just like the nice tweets, because I want to reward niceness too. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. I
feel like
spend a
you're
lot of
nailing
money.
it.
I can afford it. It's fine.
Okay, good.
I'm really good with my spending, like in general, and so like it's fine.
Okay, I think that I'm gonna hold the mic to the vulva because the vulva's got something to say every minute, but especially right now.
Don't silence me. Okay, hi everybody. Okay, let me just remind you that you can donate on Venmo.
What?
At Lady Parts Justice. It's so easy. It's so easy, just like me. I'm so great. Okay, so we might not be getting Twitter hate, but we are getting some fun Venmo requests. Alyssa gave $20, and her Venmo comment was, less abortion restrictions, more Mark Hamill vulva massages. And I can agree.
Yay! Oh my God, that's amazing. Uh-oh, the Pez dispenser is happening.
Oh, okay.
Rachel Bloom.
Okay. Oh, we want to thank, first of all, we want to thank Rebecca in Connecticut for $250.
Rebecca in Connecticut. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ooh. All right, now we have raised a total of $15,120.
Ooh. We are 5,000 away from our goal, you guys. 5,000 away from our goal. 888-681-2054. All right. Let's toss it over. We have a Greg and Mark update, I think. Do we not? Am I right?
We do. We
Greg
do
and
indeed.
Mark. Greg's supposed to come out. Mr. Greg. Greg Proops.
Greg Proops.
Greg. Greg. Give us a little hint about what's happening over there.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
let me give you a mic.
Thank you, darling. How's it going over here, Mark?
Well, we're finally finished. I want to thank Ariel for helping me out, the queen of glitter, and we used a lot of it. When are we going to reveal it? I mean, it's I don't wanna-
soon, Mark, soon.
Mark, we serve breakfast here, so I really wouldn't get too excited about that whole Zen in the moment thing. Think about the future, because that's where we're going to live the rest of our lives. You've got more glitter on you than any person I've seen in a good deal of time. I can't really tell you what they're decorating back here, but it's sensational and appropriate for almost any holiday. Let me just put it that way.
Any holiday. Maybe
Are
not
we gonna
Arbor Day.
Are we going to announce now that Mark is available, if you bid, to do a voicemail? Are you not? You're going to do that?
I'm going to do a voicemail
as the Joker.
So,
what?
listen, I have to tell you, though, I did it for DC Comics in New York. I visited once, and they said, will you, Mike Carlin was the publisher, he said, will you do a Joker phone message? And I did it for him. And about a week later, I called him. I said, how's it going? He goes, after 3 days, we had to disconnect it because we got swamped with calls where they listen to the message and then hang up. So be careful what you wish for. You might really regret it.
Oh my God,
Well, we all
that
hope
is
for
a
that
great
same
prize.
experience.
That you know what? That's a great prize. Also, it would be like, let's say you bid on that prize, but let's say you didn't want a voicemail. Let's say you wanted to propose to a loved one as the Joker. How cool would that be if it's like the Joker was like, will you marry me? How would that go, Mark? Not that great? No, I'm just saying.
Careful what
Maybe
you
it's a
wish
voice.
for.
Liz, I've never knew you were such a romantic before. Being proposed
I like
to
that
by
you
a
also didn't
psychopathic
say a
cartoon
boyfriend or girlfriend. You
character.
said a loved one. Just propose to anyone. A cousin.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I don't have this marriage thing figured out. You don't marry a loved one? I guess maybe only certain loved ones. Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, it was an interesting turn of phrase, Liz. If we were in Kentucky, it might be wildly appropriate.
Oh, dear. What's happening now? I don't even know what's happening now. Do we have a guest?
It appears that we're all standing here wondering what's going to happen next.
I know.
And that is lending a frisson of excitement and anticipation to this that hitherto had not been known. Anybody can pull off a well-fucking-formed Yeah, see, look. Who the fuck knows what's happening now?
I don't know. What is happening? Holy shit. What is happening? Oh. Oh, my God. Dean Martin. I feel like, what? No. Wow. Hey, Dean. Whoa. I know you were friends with a other telethon person.
Oh, where is he? Jerry here?
No, I think he died this year. This doesn't seem right. I feel like you and your friends were sort of the ground zero of the Me Too movement. Why are you here?
Oh, thank you, B. Such a nice boy over there. I heard there was a telethon, and I figured I'd show up, fly in, which is what I did. And
You flew in for this?
Yeah. Oh, I'm standing. Yeah. And yeah, you know, I love women.
So women don't want you to give them money. They want you to give them like high-paying jobs and respect.
Okay. Listen, I believe women should be in the boardroom. In fact, I have one in my boardroom every night. Oh, okay.
Okay, I think that this is a horrible mistake, and I'm feeling like I'm sort of drunk, but not as drunk as you. But I also know that you represent everything that feminism is against. Kind of. Do you understand that women just simply want to be treated as equals, and we're tired of being fucked with, Dean?
Hey, listen, if you want to fuck me, I don't mind. Well, hey,
Dean.
consent, baby.
I think you gotta go. I really think this is a mistake.
Okay, all right. I don't want to talk over you. Okay. Before I go, I just wanted to make a toast to all of you people. So here goes. I finally met the perfect girl, and her I will adore. She's deaf and dumb and oversexed and owns a liquor store.
Hey, Dean. Stop with the
going?
misogyny.
Yeah, we're
and
getting
the
out of
things
here.
that-
Frank's waiting for you at the Vatican. Hey, are we swimming or are we flying? We're taking a plane. Oh, baby.
Oh my God. Dean Martin. He'll wander in anywhere. That was the Dean Martin bit for the young kids.
Hey,
we wanted to do
Dean.
something for the millennials.
That was the Dean Martin
And we
bit.
felt the millennials love a Dean Martin bit. Always. They're like, more Rat Pack material. I'm always hearing from the 20-somethings. They're
There's gonna be a lot
triggered.
of-
They want more Dean Martin. I
A
can't.
lot of
keep
frantic
up.
Googling after this. Find out why that was funny.
Okay. Greg.
Yes, my darling.
You have been so awesome all night.
I know.
I mean,
And thank you.
and I just want to say thank you. And I just want to say that we were out on the road together this summer doing some really hard work. And I just want to say thank you for making this so seamless tonight. You're just great.
Oh, you're very kind. Thank you. Is this where I give my spiel? Yeah, okay, all right. Liz and I, Liz has been doing this for years and is one of the real deal people that I know and comedians in this country, because a lot of people talk about helping, and Liz and all of the Lady Parts Justice team really do it. Last year they did a tour of clinics all over the country. Not Planned Parenthood clinics, but independent clinics in towns. Yeah. And it's not just the South, by the way. Wisconsin has some of the most draconian reproductive rights legislation against women in the United States. You can look up draconian later. And she invited me to go along, and my wife and I were able to go with her to Mississippi, to the Pink House there, which is the last abortion clinic in the state of Mississippi. And we were able to do a podcast from there and a live show from there. And just to experience going there, and of course the Lady Parts Justice people don't just go and do a show and draw attention to themselves. They go and they help. They planted a garden there. They painted the building. They bring things that are required at every one of these clinics because they ask beforehand what the clinics require. So it's a very hands-on type of thing. So if you're giving money tonight, and you ought to be thinking about it, if you're a woman, you should be thinking about, of course, your autonomy. And if you're a man, you should be thinking about having women's backs from here on out. What we experienced with the anti-choicers there in the Pink House, and that the Lady Parts people dealt with in every town they went to, is a group of angry men screaming at women who are in a situation that's precarious at best. And in Mississippi, I'll be even more frank if I can, because we're live streaming, it was white men screaming at black women. And they did not perceive the situation. Coming from California, and of course being the open-minded liberal intellectual that I am, I was able to gather in a minute that this was about race and about economy and about economics and about the position that women find themselves in. It's about time that we believe women. And one thing that we have to believe about women is that they require health care, and that abortion and reproductive rights aren't an adjunct to health care. They're not an ancillary item to health care, any more than achieving tumescence through the aid of pills is an adjunct for men. It's a necessary part of health care. When it's as easy to obtain an abortion in this country as it is to obtain a gun, then you can tell me there's equity in this country and that there's some equality. And I'll finish, Liz, but thank you for letting me speak. That's what this is all about. It's a hands-on organization that provides immediate help to women who require that type of reproductive care. And I was talking to Liz there at the Pink House, and she said something to me that has stayed with me since then. There's no good abortion, there's no bad abortion, there's only the abortion that you need. And it's time for men to understand that and stop moralizing. Something like that.
Greg Probst, thank you all.
Thanks, darling. Liz Winstead, ladies and gentlemen.
It's very kind.
Follow that.
You know, sometimes there's just things that once you see it, you can't unsee. And I think that these people that provide this amazing care for people are demonized and shunned, and they provide literally a pathway to somebody's life every single day. And if we let them have to provide the care and defend what they do, when we've all used it to become better people, we're doing a disservice to our society. And so that's why we do the work. And the side part of it is we're funny and we're comedians and we can bring people together. And so to have all of you here and all of you here and you come out and give your money, it really means the world. And just an idea that I had 5 years ago, and I convinced people to join me. I convinced people to leave their other careers to help me work on this organization. And there's a lot of people who devote a lot of their time and who make this happen. I'm just one person who convinces people that equality is possible. And by you being here, you're telling people that equality is possible. And so thank you so much. And so I feel like, no, stop, sit down. I want to check in with the vulva really fast, just to see vulva. Do we have any updates? Oh my God. Do we have updates? I just want to check in with the vulva because I was sobbing and I'm not bringing out a comedian after I start crying. Because I'm a nice person. Yeah, vulva.
I don't have an update because I was just watching you.
Okay.
I do have 2 tangerines and a new drink, though.
Okay, good. I think that's a perfectly good update. Perfect. So, we are so excited because we have a special guest who everybody was talking to in the first hour, who was going to be a surprise, but now it's not that big of a surprise. But I'm so excited that he is joining us again. One of the most amazing men, one of the most talented people I know, Mr. Reggie Watts is here!
Sorry. And thank you. Sorry. And thank you. Thank you. Well, we, as she said, we did it. And we, more than almost everybody here, have a responsibility, as has been decided earlier, and which preceded the things which we all believed were important to include. Neither were the first or all who assumed what was to be rightfully theirs, given unto themselves for no particular reason did they in quest about this moment. Cessna Michaels once said, if you can't do it, fuck it. And I believe in his point of view, and I think we can capture that spirit here tonight. Grew up in a farm. Had a lot of fun out there. Did a lot of what you'd expect. Got really tired. It's a lot. 2 years ago, when Greg first came to say hello, I didn't know who he was. I didn't care. I was down on my luck. I was down on 55th and 8th. I was doing nothing good, no how, at any time. Greg's the sort of guy that you might get used to once in a while and then be like, maybe I don't know who you are. No, but seriously, I think like, you know, we've been working hard here in California for water rights. And we've been participating in this for, I don't know, what are we looking at? Hold on, we'll go here. It's here. Yeah? Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Sorry, my sister. Anyways, No, but anyways, what I'm saying is that a lot of the bridges need fixing, and we're going to do everything we can as a community to put a lot of pressure on some of our representatives to make sure that these roads gets taken care of. It's not like imagine if you were a barracuda. There's no one that's going to stop you, right? Because you're powerful and you're fast. But once in a while, someone's going to come up to you and they're going to be like, you shouldn't, and you're going to be like, who says, So. Anywho, no, it's great to be here for this alliance. It's taken a lot to bring everybody to the table, and I'm super stoked about how, because like when it's hot, you're thinking there's no way I'm gonna make it. Then it get a little colder, and you're like, are you fucking serious right now? Anyways. So growing up was really hard in Cleveland, and I got when I got to the grocers, I said, it's like, are you sure that this is everything that I ordered? And he's like, yeah, absolutely, man. It's like totally cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? These guys know. And they says to the postman, they says, if you're gonna eat some baklava, don't forget the rose water. And I was like, what are you talking about, whatever? And she's like, well, I was clever. And I'm like, no, that's not clever at all. And she's like, no, it is. But because I'm saying it is. And he's like, no way. And then I was like, what? And then he was like, what the fuck, motherfucker? And then I was like, no, man, no, you know what I'm saying? And he said, yeah. And I was like, why you say it that way? He's like, I don't know, it just sounds more delicious. When you're using tonality in that way, texture and timbre is everything. And timing is like, what? You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. And he's like, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. And I was like, okay. Okay. Anyways, so thanks a lot for being here this evening. This is one of my favorite moments. Right now, it's very Hollywood. This is as Hollywood as it gets. So anyways, but basically, this is what it is. If you're going to have an abortion, remember to remind the people that are really not into the abortion part of it that you'd rather have a high quality abortion than some shaky shit, based on reasons that are more informed from fear rather than an actually fully realized reasoning as to why you're making a decision in the first place. I think that that's a great thing. Also, tell them about, talk to them about adoption. If they pay more attention, the kids that don't have parents and, that are in different parts of the world and it's disadvantaged and everything is really terrible, well, insofar as they don't have parents and they should have parents, and then suddenly they're like, oh, fuck, but that doesn't matter because I got to talk about things that don't exist. You know what I'm saying, nigga? You know what I'm saying, nigga? Anyways, thanks a lot for having me. You're absolutely wonderful. Thank you.
Reggie Watts, whichever way you want. Oh my God, I'm over here. Reggie Watts, camera. I'm over here. Bye, Reg, I'm over here. Rachel, where you going? Rachel, I'm visiting with Mark.
Thank you so much. Thank
Oh,
you.
Rachel, I'm visiting with Mark.
Oh my God.
I know.
Are we going to reveal it?
We are finished. How do you feel?
Did we reveal the first thing?
No, we're going to reveal it
Okay,
all.
we're going to reveal what Mark's been doing.
Oh my gosh. Hold it down. Hold it. Oh my
That's
God. Okay, Greg Proops, we need you. Greg Proops.
Oh.
So we need to reveal the Mark Hamill things. Are you ready? Let's go over to the middle. We're coming over to the middle. Moni in the middle
beautiful.
with Mark Hamill. Moni and Mark Hamill in the middle. So let's first this. First, let's bring the first piece. Leave that for a second. Let's bring out the first piece.
The vulva, she can drape it with her vulva body.
First piece. First piece. Here we go. Mark, come on over. No, come on over. The vulva will bring it.
First is this one, Mark.
First, we'll bring this.
We're going to reveal the awesome piece of art.
Ladies
that you
and
did
gentlemen,
earlier.
can we have a hand for Mark Hamill? All night long. All night long. All night long. Everywhere you meet, there's Hamill in the street. All night long. All night long. All right, so let's bring out the very first Mark Hamill item that will be up for Charity Buzz auction.
On its very own easel.
Look at that.
Here it comes.
It's beautiful.
Mark, Greg, let's talk about this. Oh my God.
Mark, talk me through this.
Well, I did the Joker's voice for the first time in 1992. I said, oh, cool. This will be a job that'll last a year. I'm still doing it. So this September is my 26th anniversary as the Joker. Yeah! So, and I said, it says, may the farce be with you, jokingly yours. And what can I say? I'm no Bruce Timm, who actually designed this version of the Joker, but it's really fun to play a character that's insane, because if you're insane, you're unpredictable, and if you're unpredictable, you're never boring.
Yes.
So, there you go.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And that is available for auction at Charity Buzz. Now, for your second half, sir.
Yes.
For the second
Which I did
piece.
in This is really collaboration with something.
We are
Ariel.
going to have Ariel. Here
Here we
we
go.
go. Oh my God.
Hold it up, hold it up.
It is
Now-
a customized
I know there's a
stormtrooper
you're probably
helmet.
too young to reference, but I said it's as if Carol Channing was a stormtrooper. Oh, you got that reference?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
good. Because it's the bulgy eyes.
Oh
It's
my
the bulgy eyes,
God.
and when it's inscribed, go force yourself.
Oh my God. Oh
Which
my
I like.
God.
I like that because it sounds dirty, but it's not. And I'm strictly PG.
You are.
I am.
What a hero.
Thanks for having me.
Mark Hamill.
Thanks
These
for
items.
having me.
Charity Buzz tells
I wouldn't be
February
here
14th.
if it weren't for strong women.
Oh.
I had 4 sisters and 2 brothers, but it was boy, girl, girl, me, girl, girl, boy. So I was bookended with 4 really strong women. And, you know, what can I say? I'm glad to be able to give back.
Thank you so much for giving back. I want to just say we are almost done.
Yes, I think we have
I have
some
an announcement.
awards to announce.
I have one announcement. So part of what we do.
This is officially a hostage situation.
Yeah,
now.
you will be leaving soon. Swear to God, I know we were supposed to be over at 8. It's 9:40. Holy shit! But you guys are troopers. So,
What do I have for this fucking table, ladies and gentlemen?
tonight I want to announce. I mentioned briefly. We do this massive award show that exposes all of the anti-choice douchebags that are holding state office. And our big, gigantic live stream is going to be October 20th at Town Hall, the Golden Probes 2018 Town Hall. It's going to be really exciting. For those of you that don't know, it is a massive, massive award show. It's sexism's most glamorous night. And you can join us either in New York or live streaming, watching where you are. The Golden Probes, October 20th. Save the date. It's going to be amazing. I'm really excited. Yeah. 2 weeks before the election, reminding people what's happening. It's going to be really great. So I just want to say thank you, Rachel, for hosting.
My pleasure. I think
Sarah Silverman, thank you for hosting. Come on down. All of the phone bankers that have helped us tonight, can we bring them out? Can you guys come on down? Phone
I think we
bankers,
also have a
the
final
Volvo,
tally.
Come on out. Let's get everybody out here. All of our people. Yes. Oh, wait, one more thing.
we also have.
She's coming up very last. We're bringing everybody out, and then we're going to have Eliza do some music.
I'm donating a voice message as the Joker, but I'm going to have to wait to find out who wins to be able to personalize it, right? And the second thing, which we haven't mentioned at all, Disney gave us a Last Jedi poster, and yeah, when we figure out who wins, I'll personalize it. I'll even write something obscene and dirty if you want. So,
Mark Hamill is actually going to become an abortion provider, and he will give you an abortion with a Jedi wand. It's going to be awesome. We're working out the details now. But I want to thank all of these people that participated tonight, the amazing people who volunteer for LPJ, this amazing crew that volunteered their time. I mean, I can't even express to you, Paul Casey, incredible. Pat Whitney, Brian, all of you, all of these people you see before you, all of you at home. And we're closing out tonight with something that is like, I can't think of anything better in the world than have Eliza Skinner taking us out with some music. It is going to be amazing. So please welcome the one and only Eliza Skinner. Oh, are we plugging in? Do we need a sec? One sec? Okay.
Do we have a
We
tally?
need an update.
Do we have a
This is
tally of how
perfect.
much?
We need a tally. Our goal was 20.
While they're setting
Let's see
up.
if we got there. Our goal was 20. Did we get there? Did we get there? Mark, did we get there?
20,709.
I love you, people. We did it. Woo! Oh my God. You ready? Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Eliza Skinner.
This is Sam Janitis, who's going to play along with me. I improvise music because I'm very lazy. So I suppose I could have written something for this, but I didn't. So let's just make something up. to close the show out. What are you feeling, Sam? Oh, that kind of vibe. Okay. Life is a living nightmare, so you gotta just care. Everybody out there, do your part so we can fix it. One more time. Life is a living nightmare, so you just got to care. Everybody out there, do your part so we can fix it. Tell your jokes or make your laughs. If you're Mark Hamill, you could just make crafts. Or who knows, whatever your skills lie, give them and yay! Life is a living nightmare, so you just got to care. Everybody out there, do your part so we can fix it. If you're in New York, you can do your part. If you're in the South, we can send you hard. If you're in Canada, you are on your own. But honestly, you're doing fine all alone. But here, life is a living nightmare, so you just have to care. Everybody out there, do your part. Do your part so we can fix it.
Eliza Skinner! Thank you so much. You can continue to donate at ladyparksjustice.com. I love you. Thank you.
Awesome rehearsal.
Go,
Now let's shoot this.
everybody.